Right, welcome back to Supersport Park for the second game of the day. We've got the Limpopo Impalas versus the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. With me in commentary, I've got Pilas Sande. Pilas, what are you looking forward to in the second game of the day?
Yeah, good afternoon, KG. It's been a fantastic day in the Momentum Health Challenge for day two. We've seen some really good cricket between the Northern Cape Heat and the Eastern Storm on game one. And this game should be evenly poised as well, and even better in terms of the contest between these two sides. Limpopo Impalas up against the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. The men from East London coming across to compete in this wonderful pre-season tournament. Plenty of talent in both sides, and really looking forward to how they will play today in this second match.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a very good contest, and especially looking at both teams obviously lost yesterday's matches, so they'll be looking to bounce back and get some points on the table. Obviously, Northern Cape Heat is the only one that has won both their games, so that second spot is up for grabs and for a potential final on Thursday.
Yeah, it's important for them to get back and try and put a W next to their names in this truncated tournament. Yeah, fantastic opportunity for all these sides to try and book themselves a final spot against the Titans on Friday here at Supersport Park. That'll be a great opportunity for these players to test themselves against a Division 1 side.
Earlier on, Eastern Cape Iinyathi won the toss and elected to bat first. I must say it's a very interesting decision to take in terms of batting first at Supersport Park. We saw also in the second innings a little bit earlier on with Northern Cape Heat how easy it gets to basically chase down. So very interesting that they chose to bat first on a wicket that seems to be getting flatter and flatter and easier to bat on.
Yeah, one thing that I probably think they saw in Eastern Cape Iinyathi is that the second innings from the Northern Cape Heat, the batting became a slightly easier. I probably feel that this surface has flattened out a little bit as the sun has baked on it. So I'll probably want to put a score on the board, make first use of it, and then try and defend whatever total that they do get.
Right, here we go with Fenter coming from the pavilion end. Nice and tight on that off stump, and Niemand just pushing it to that cover area for a single. With the field at the moment, obviously during the power play you're only allowed to have two fielders out, and then they've decided to go with a deep cover and a third man. Obviously the field will change quite a lot because we've got a right and left hand combination here from the Eastern Cape Iinyathi with Bossa on strike.
Not young anymore, Jason Niemand and Jerome Bossa have been part of Eastern Cape cricket for a very long time now.
Fenter once again just a bit too straight that time around, and Bossa just getting some good bat on it down to that fine leg for a single. Two singles to start off the innings here.
Jason Niemand, a talented right-handed batter. He's grown in stature throughout his career. Jason Niemand and Jerome Bossa has built a reputation for being a very good red ball cricketer.
Ooh. Time around, Jason Niemand looking to pull it, just doesn't get bat on it as he would have hoped to do. Looks like he's got a bit of intent to start on here with two singles up front, and he got one a bit of a back of a length and tried to hit it to that shorter boundary on the leg side. Once again, Niemand and just pushes it to that point for a dot. So 2 good balls here from Venter after going for singles in his first 2. But now this time around just getting a dot ball.
I thought that previous delivery where the ball was short of a length from Morne Venter just missed out. Jason Niemand had the opportunity to hit it on that leg side.
Oh, some good patches there from Venter. With Jason Niemand looking to come across and hit it through that offside, but didn't get back on it. So good bowling here from Venter. There looks to be a very good carry here on the wicket with the way that it went to the keeper there.
It's a nice delivery as well. Looked like it shaped away from the right-handed Jason Niemand, using his feet.
Once again, just a push to that offside for a single. A very good over up front here from Limpopo Impalas. Only going for 3 runs, and after 1 over, Eastern Cape Iinyathi is 3 for naught.
Good start from Morne Venter. Hitting his straps from ball 1, making it difficult for Jason Niemand and Jerome Bossa to try and get any sort of aggressive stroke away in that first over. Good lines, good lengths. Especially when you're bowling to a right-handed, left-handed combination, you need to be spot on in your areas.
Yeah, definitely. I think in T20 cricket, the way the game has developed so much is that the margin of error is very, very small. Once you get it a little bit wrong, you can be sent packing, yeah. First ball, just hitting it up there. Not enough bat on it, just dropping it behind that mid-on for 2 runs.
Yeah, there's a shot from Jason Niemand. Just playing across that delivery. Probably wanted to hit that a lot more straighter than he did.
Ooh. Once again, Jason Niemand looking to go to that leg side, but doesn't get the bat that he was looking for. Just a bit of an edge onto his body for a single. New bowler coming in from the Henops River end is Johan Manne. Bossa now on strike.
Slowness in the surface as well from that shot from Jason Niemand, who was through the shot way too early. It just depicts how slow the surface is. They need to give themselves a bit of time.
Whoa, what a good shot here from Bossa. Woo, nice and full, hits it over the pavilion. What a good shot here from Bossa. Just getting it one straight from Johan Manne and just picking it up into those chalets over there. Wow, that's a great shot here from Bossa.
Oh, it's a great pickup. It is an absolutely beautiful shot from Jerome Bossa. It's in his arc. Slightly straying onto those pads was Johan Manne. Shorter side of the field here at Supersport Park. And those chalets got peppered heavily from that Jerome Bossa shot. Right onto our cameras as well.
Bit of a struggle now to find the ball there. It's a very good shot there from Bossa, just showing the intent up front here just in the second over and showing the intent to score some runs here.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, the pickup was exceptional. He saw the line, he saw the length. He backed himself. Even a half a hit would have probably carried it over the boundary line, but he got himself in such a great position. Look at it, how he crouches into the shot and then picks up the length so quickly. And the fast hands through the ball from Jerome Bossa gives him the elevation and the power to get it over that short boundary. It's going to be difficult trying to retrieve that ball now from the chalets. It's right on the top of those chalets where the spectators are usually occupying, where the Titans are in action here.
Still looking for that ball. It's a good time for Mane and his captain to speak about the tactics and how they're looking to go about bowling to this partnership up front.
He's also played a lot of cricket during the South African winter as Jerome Bossers went over to the UK, where he played plenty of club cricket that side. So he comes in with plenty of cricket under his belt.
You can always see, isn't it, the players that have been consistently playing, that when they come in, especially in T20 cricket, where you don't really have too much time to settle in, that, you know, they just got that confidence booming from the off-season, where what it was supposed to be off-season for most players. But some of the players that have been playing, we saw a little bit earlier with Diteko Modiri transferring that run of form that he has had for the SA Imagine side, and then Bossa also having played a bit of cricket in the UK in winter, or their summer that side, has come here and just a few balls in and already hit a big six.
Yeah, ball's back. Need to do a lot of climbing to get that ball back from those chalets. And it's so important, isn't it? And cricket now is a 365 game. You don't really have a lot of time off. Great use of the ladder to try and get that ball back.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of cricket that gets played these days, and players, whenever it's in the off-season, they try to get as much opportunity as possible. As we looked at the highlight again of that shot from Bossa. Already pressure created onto the bowler early on here in his spell. This time around it just goes a bit wider, and a very good shot once again from Bossa, and good field in there by Gaudise Molefe, just to make sure that the ball doesn't go to the boundary and they just come back for two. Very good fielder, Gaudise Molefe, very athletic in the field.
A very good cricketer, Gaudise Molefe. It was good spin.
Once again, Bossa just going back. As we've spoken about, the lively wire and Gaudise Molefe there, and that's what creates opportunities for run-outs in the field, isn't it?
This couldn't prevent the single from being taken that time around. Jerome Bossa was very quick off the mark to get to the other end, calling Jason Niemann through.
It's the last ball to go in the over. Ooh. Just found Niemann there wanting just outside that off stump, and that's a good end to the over from Mane. And after 2 overs, the Eastern Cape Iinyathi are 15 for the loss of no wickets. Oh, once again, Bossa just gets one in that arc, then send it to the longer side of the boundary for a 4, a 1 bounce 4. Was really looking to pamper that boundary there. Very good shot once again from Bossa.
Excellent. Shortness and stature. Jerome Bossa His ability to pick up length is so crucial in this shot. We saw in the previous over how he was able to pick up the length so quickly from Johan Manne to take him in over the boundary line for 6.
Again, Bossa just hitting that around the corner to that fine leg for a single. It's a very good start here from the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. They've really started well here, going at 8.6 to the over and haven't lost any wickets so far. Also making good use of this right and left hand combination up front. Just a Niemand just coming down the track here, hitting it to that deep cover for a single.
Yeah, this right hand left hand combination is so crucial for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. It means that the short boundary is always available to you, whether it's Jerome Bossa facing or Jason Niemand. They're making full use of it. Niemand just needs to be careful here, not to get too frustrated because of a lack of timing.
Very good shot here from Bossa. This is a very good exhibition of cricket here. This time around, not going to the leg side, but hitting it over the bowler's head for a nice boundary down the wicket.
Excellent again from Jerome Bossa. He's really getting into good positions to be able to access the onside and the offside. This time straight over. And it's a beautiful shot. Kept his shape and made sure that he got enough elevation to take it over the mid-off fielder.
A very good shot, showing the maker's name there. And already that kind of a shot in the way that they're going is causing a bit of distress to the bowling team. They're already thinking about changing the field around, trying to protect the boundaries where they can. Well, they're only allowed to have the 2 fielders out, so it's going to be a very difficult task to keep on trying to chase the ball. Once again from Bossa, just hitting it this time around to a bit more to the leg side, over the bowler's head for another 4. Very good batting here from Bossa, really bossing this inning so far.
He definitely is bossing it. Using the permutations of the 6 over power play, making sure that he maximizes the fact that they can only have 2 fielders outside that 30-yard circle.
Once again, a bit more straighter to Bossa, who just tucks it away again. He's always looking to score runs, and if it's in his arc, he's going to hit it to the boundary. If it's not, he's still rotating the strike, just to make sure that we keep on going in this game. So that's the end of the 3rd over, and the Eastern Cape Iinyathi are going at 10 to the over with 30 for no loss.
15 from that Morne Venter over. Brilliant batting this from Jerome Bossa. He's moved on quickly to 24 of 9 deliveries. And this left-hand, right-hand combination is working to perfection so far for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. I was mentioning the fact that Jason Niemand needs to allow Jerome Bossa to be the aggressor in this partnership. If he can just get bat on ball until such a time where he finds his timing.
Once again from Jerome Bossa. Just goes to the offside, hits it over that long on for a huge 6. Very, very good batting here from Bossa.
Jesse Albani being greeted with an aggressive stroke from Jerome Bossa. In his arc again, you need to stay away from that point. Just fluid, so good from Jerome Bossa. If it's up there, well, he's going to attack it. And he's hit that sweetly out of the middle of that blade. Lots of thinking now for Jesse Albani and for the Limpopo Impalas. How do we stop this left-hander from attacking us? 30 from 10 deliveries. Rollicking along here, the Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
And doing all that without even giving a single chance because he's hitting the ball so clean. So what can Jesse Albani do here to just bring it back a little bit for Limpopo Impalas? Some around, just about it a bit more wider, and Bossa went fetching for it and didn't get any better on that one. You can see the tactic. Obviously they just put the cover out to the boundary. They've got a third man, so they are definitely looking at pitching it a bit wider so that they don't bowl in that arc of his. And as we say that there's a fielding change with the third man coming into the circle and a point dropping down to deep point.
And I like this thinking from Limpopo. You got to use the dimensions. I mean, we saw it in the previous game how difficult it is to try and clear the boundary on this big side. So in an effort to prevent the boundaries, they need to be accurate in how they deliver this ball, Jesse Albani.
Bossa continuing to boss the innings here. He's saying to Jesse Albani, if you want to ball wide, I'm going to go into that channel that you're trying to ball into and hit it. And he did exactly that. Got into that channel outside that off stump and just hit it straight down for a wonderful boundary. Just to see, just going across, getting closer to the ball and still getting the connection that he is looking for. Very good batting here from Bossa.
And he's toying with Albani, isn't he? He's just moving into his line. He knows that he wants to go across the left-hander. Gets it into...
Once again, this time on the ground between that extra cover and mid-off. Very good batting here from Bossa. Very good batting, hitting it in the air and then also hitting it on the ground with just as much confidence as he has.
I spoke about his reputation of being a red ball cricketer now, Jerome Bossa, but he's showing his white ball credentials here with this innings. Just so good in how he's been able to outthink Jesse Albani and the Limpopo Impala bowlers. Ultra aggressive approach from Jerome Bossa.
Once again, Jerome Bossa getting into that channel and hitting it onto the chalets once again. Wonderful shot here from Bossa, and that brings up the 50 in just 3.5 overs for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Wonderful batting here.
Get the ladder out again. This is beautiful striking. Into the arc again. And you're going to get punished here at Supersport Park if you're going to bowl it there. Especially with the short boundary on that leg side for Jerome Bossa. Just so good in how he's set himself and looked to be aggressive with each and every ball that Jesse Albani has bowled in this over. It's like Mandela's prison cell number 6446 at the moment. Yeah, their ladders are out.
It's time to get some work done here just to get the ball. Bossa making sure that everybody is working. The bowler is working, the fielders are working, the spectators are also working to get the ball.
What's so impressive about this inning so far from Jerome Bossa, it's worth 44, 14 deliveries, is that he's just gotten the measure of the conditions. I think the decision from Jason Niemand, the Iinyathi captain, to bat first is providing great dividends here. I feel like the wicket is conducive for a really big total. Just they probably feel as if the Limpopo Impala bowlers just don't have enough pace to trouble these two batters, and therefore try and get out in front of the game, put a big total on the board, and then try to defend it a little bit later on in the piece.
Once again, Very good shot from Jerome Bosa. We'll be looking to push for 2, but they just settle for 1 at the end. It's very interesting what you say about how Jerome Bosa has very early on in the innings identified where he's going to score the runs, and he is backing himself constantly to go, and every time he's gone, he's just gone so well.
Huge over that from Jesse Albani. 4 overs and it's already 51 on the board. Niemand just 6 from 9 deliveries. He's been content to just watch the Jerome Bosa show on display here at Supersport Park. 45 from just 15 deliveries.
New bowler into the attack, John Khatebe, who was the man that was leading wicket taker in the Division 2 CSA T20 last season. Also a man that's nominated to be the T20 Player of the Season for Division 2 at the CSA Awards later next month. So they will be looking at him. He's been a man with a bit of a golden arm for Limpopo Impalas. Whoa, and he is greeted the same way as the other guys, but there's a protection down there with Bosa hitting it down to that long area for 2 runs.
What was good about Limpopo Impala's season last season, especially in this competition and this format, to be eventual champions, they played smart cricket.
Bit of a drop and run. Good run in there from Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Very good batting from Bosa. He's identifying that even when it's not there for him to hit the boundaries, he'll still look to get some singles and get the Jason Niemand on strike on the other side.
And they've got a very smart coach, Limpopo Impalas. Gordon Parsons has been around for a very long time. Straight, honest man is Gordon Parsons. And he's gotten them playing smart cricket. They need to show it here. They're under a bit of pressure.
Good shot there from Jason Niemand, just straight to that mid-off for a dot. Good bowling here from Don Khatebe, which is what is expected of the man that had the season that he had last season. So just drying the runs up a little bit here. And as you say that, there's a fielding change with the third man coming up to 45 and the mid-off coming down to the long-off boundary. And as you say that, Jason Niemand does what Bosa has been doing on the other side, just going across and hitting it to the shorter side, not getting as much bat as he would have liked to, but nonetheless gets a boundary for that. Very good batting here from Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
I don't mind that actually from Don Khatebe. He's being proactive. He's asking Niemand and Bosa to take the risk of trying to target that short side and miss it. But it does go to the boundary.
Oh, and yes, as you just said, and you called it pillars, that a bit of pressure created by Don Khatebe, says Jason Niemand going across, trying to do the same shot and just missing it that time around. And Don Khatebe says, you miss it, I hit the stumps. And that's the wicket down of Jason Niemand.
A smart cricket from Don Khatebe and the Limpopo Impalas, particularly in this over. They pushed the man back on the offside. He tried to hit one consistent area and asking Jason Niemand to take the risk. And he did, and then, well, it's Don Khatebe who hits the stumps. It's a great breakthrough for the Limpopo Impalas. It's Jason Niemand who's gone for 10. It's 58 for 1.
A very good breakthrough, and that's exactly where Don Khatebe left off the last season, is that he is constantly attacking those wickets and saying to you that if you want to hit him, you have to do something. You have to move around to access either the leg side or the offside. That's the kind of bowling that he's done the whole season that has been very successful for him, and he is continuing in that same mode that he's been on. new batter in for Eastern Cape Iinyathi is Van der Merwe. He will, of course, look in to make sure that they don't dip low in that run rate that they've been going at the moment, going at over 12 to the over.
Jacques van der Merwe.
Oh, very good bowling once again. Is that a bold? That hit the wicket. Wow, that is very good bowling from Don Khatebe. Attacking those stumps once again, and that hit looked like the base of the wicket. Very good bowling from Don Khatebe. Let's just take a look at that again.
It's excellent, this from Khatebe. It's the perfect Yorker to get first up. Straight underneath the bat of Jacques van der Merwe. Surprised him. And Limpopo Impalas have gone bang bang through Don Khatebe. Jacques van der Merwe gone without scoring. And 2 wickets in 2 balls for Don Khatebe. It's 58 for 2.
Very good bowling from Don Khatebe just to make sure that he slows down the batting here. Of course, he would have liked to get more the wicket of Bossa, but getting rid of Jack van der Merwe for a duck, and also Jason Niemand is also a good payback for him and for Limpopo Impalas. And that brings in a new batter for Eastern Cape Iinyathi, Marco Mare. I must say, Marco Mare was a man with a lot of potential, that a lot was expected of him. I remember a couple of seasons ago, yes, it was in red ball cricket where he's got a very quick 300, and a lot of people would have looked that he's the one to look out for. So he's a dangerous batsman. On his day, he can really take you apart.
Yeah, very, very dangerous batter is Marco Mare. He's had to move back to the Eastern Cape, to the East London region after a stint with the Warriors. Marco Mare. This good from the Impalas. And all of a sudden, Albani now buoyed by the fact that his partner on the other hand got 2 wickets. The last of them, a brute of a delivery to get first up from Jacques van der Merwe. Probably wasn't expecting it. Straight underneath his bat, first ball castled, and an early shower for him.
Whoa, very good bowling from Jesse Albert. I was actually going to ask when do they start switching it and bowling it back over length and shorter, because every time that they bowl full in his arc, he's really hit it. And it's the first time now that we see him being tested with a bit of a back over length, with a bit of a shorter and a bit of juice in it. And the first 2 balls of doing that has found him in trouble and also hit him on the helmet.
Yeah, it was quick from Albani also. It's very brave because he is defending the short side of the boundary, but it's very good. A very good, a progressive approach. Hopefully Jerome Bossa is okay. It's a big thud onto that helmet. We'll have to go through the concussion protocols to make sure that he is all right, Jerome Bossa, but it's a good change-up from Jesse Albani. Quick, short, sharp. And a lot of bravery in that delivery as well. Just mentioning the fact that he's bowling towards that short boundary on the leg side. So it needed to be accurate, it needed to be quick. And it was. 2 wickets gone. Jason Niemand and Jacques van der Merwe. 10 and 0 is what they contributed to this Eastern Cape Iinyathi batting outfit. That's Don Khatebe, who's removed both of them in 2 consecutive deliveries. So he's been able to peg them back a little bit here. Have the Limpopo Impalas.
Bossa will be a little bit rattled here with that short ball that he received earlier on, and he goes back to the feet again, almost creating an opportunity there. A very good bowling here from Jesse Albani after going for 21 runs in your first over to be given another over, and he has shown a bit of confidence because of the confidence that has been shown in him by his captain also.
You spoke about the smartness of this Limpopo Impala side. They've gone back to being street smart with the past two overs that they've bowled, first from Don Khatebe and then now from Jesse Albani. Oh, opportunity! Oh. You almost sold him down the river there.
A bit of an opportunity created there, where Makomare wasn't too sure whether that's a run or not, but Jerome Bossa on the other side was not interested in taking a run, and that is the effect of when somebody's coming in and trying to, and bowling a little bit better and challenging you a bit more, that you don't want to see him quite a lot. And once again, Albani just straying down that leg side for another wide. And a bit of untidiness there from the keeper, allowing them to come for an extra run.
I love the fact that Albani, when he's bowling to Bossa, he's dropped those two fielders on the leg side to the boundary. Deep square leg and deep mid wicket. So it allows him just to bowl a little bit shorter.
This time around, just a bit too straight, and Bossa says, thank you very much, I'll get to my 50 with that. And that is a wonderful, wonderful shot for Bossa to get to his 55 of just 21 balls. Very good batting here from Bossa.
Excellent. That's the line, though, this time around. The length was all right because he has protection on the leg side, but the line too straight. And then Bossa, all he needed to do was just help it on its way over fine leg and picks up yet another 6. 55 from 21 balls, and it's been a special innings from Jerome Bossa.
Once again in that arc. Empire had to get out of the way there. Very good shot there from Bossa. One tells me that he was probably aiming to hit the bowler after hitting him on the head, wanting to have a bit of a payback here. Very good shot here from Bossa to get another boundary in this over.
Excellent. Lauren Achenbach had to really move quickly out of the way of that. Great reflexes from Lauren Achenbach. And it's great bravery from Jerome Bossa. Hit on the head, but has just composed himself to continue in his ultra-aggressive way here. And with an over that started off well, ended up being expensive again from Jesse Albani. 6 overs gone, end of the power play, and it's a productive one for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. 72 for 2.
Yeah, very good power play here from Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Going very quickly, going at 12 to the over. They just haven't let up, isn't it? There's been 1 or 2 good balls here and there from Limpopo Impalas, but otherwise they've really gone very hard. And they'll be looking at Don Khatebe again to keep on chipping away with the wickets on the other side and try to take that scoring rate down, because currently they are flying through in these innings. Pitched up by Don Khatebe to Makomare into the pads of Makomare, who just hits it down to that cow corner for a single.
You'd hope after this power play now, Limpopo Impalas can try and wrestle back some momentum with the benefit of having extra men out on to the boundary just to stem the flow of runs. Don Khatebe has shown that he can be accurate.
Ooh, very good bowling from Don Khatebe once again, creating an opportunity. Just bowl the ball in that area where you're just not too sure whether to go forward or backwards, and it found Jerome Bossa wanting there and getting a thick inside edge to that shot 45 as we take a look at that again. Khatebe just outside that off stump. Once again, this time around, just a little bit too full, and Bossa says thank you very much for that opportunity to hit it past that extra cover for yet another boundary from the bat of Jerome Bossa.
Low full tosses are probably the difficult ones to try and get away, but he was up to the challenge, was Jerome Bossa. Through that extra cover fielder, I think it was Gaudiso Molefe trying to cut it off. Wasn't able to. And he just continues, Jerome Bossa, to be ultra aggressive.
Oh, good shot again from Jerome Bossa, accessing that leg side, and that's another boundary for Jerome Bossa. He is really looking the touch here. He is really looking to go, very confident about how he's going with this innings. Very good shot again to Jerome Bossa, hitting it between that cow corner and long on. As you see that once again, a big swing to that big side of the boundary and managing to get it over the boundary for 4.
Overcompensation from that from Don Khatebe. Was too full on the previous occasion. Driven for 4, now shorter, and then pulled for 4.
And Don Khatebe says, you miss, I hit. Very good comeback here from Don Khatebe, getting that wicket, hitting that leg stump. Wonderful bowling from Don Khatebe with 3 wickets already just in his second over.
That's a really good comeback from Khatebe. It's his strength, wicket to wicket. And after erring on the first 2 deliveries of that over, he's come back very well.
Yeah, with Bossa there looking to go a little bit across the line. Would have probably been better if he had tried to go a bit straighter, but went across the line and completely missed it. But very good innings from Bossa, scoring very quickly in that inning, scoring 67 runs just in the 7th over.
Very good. He's given Eastern Cape Iinyathi the perfect start. 81 on the board. 3 wickets down. Christopher Gleaves now, the young wicketkeeper batter who's recently moved from the Warriors to the Eastern Cape Iinyathi side. Former Graham College scholar, Christopher Gleaves. Also looking for an opportunity to play consistently in a top flight provincial cricket here in South Africa. Good young batter is Chris Gleaves. Good with the gloves as well.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier how important is it for the younger players to go away, even if they go to Division 2, to get more game time. There's nothing as more important as going and getting more time. You can speak about Rivaldo Munsami, who went to Northern Cape Heat a couple of seasons ago, came back to the Titans to be the player of the season. But opportunity created. Oh, almost another wicket there. It looked like he was wanting, if that hit the stumps, it looked like he would have been out. We spoke about Gaudiso Molefe and the way that he's such a live wire in that field. Let's just take a look at that again.
Probably the wrong guy to take inside the inner circle.
Gone for all money if that had hit. Very good fielding there from Gaudiso Molefe. And as I say that, I'll be leaving commentary and Gert Maloney to come back into commentary.
Great start this from the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. The nice thing now for the Limpopo Impalas is that they've got 2 newish batters out into the middle with Marco Maria. And Chris Cleaves is facing the solitary delivery each. Ambidextrous Gaudise Molefe into the attack. A first sign of spin. Gert Maloney, it's been a wonderful display of power hitting from Jerome Bossa that has gotten the Eastern Cape Iinyathi into a really commanding position.
Yeah, he almost had a chance to hit the fastest 50. Done in 14 balls there by Farhan Beardine, also an old Titan player. But Molefe, I think, is going to make the difference here. Bowled very well yesterday. Left arm offie. Oh, he does. Yesterday we saw it as well. Does get a little bit of extra bounce in it because he does give it a lot of top spin. New batter coming to the crease, still wanting to get used to the pace of the deck. You can see that one just a little bit lower than the previous one. And you'll ask, but these guys played on the same deck yesterday as well. But now, it's 4 games older, a lot more traffic on it.
And here's an opportunity for the Impalas to put on the squeeze here. Look for 2 here, Chris Cleaves. Marco Murray.
Not really interested in that one. Says, hold on. I'm happy with the one. But I think with Molefe bowling, I like the word you squeeze there. Is maybe get another guy there in closer in on leg side. Make sure mid-wicket is a little bit protected for that drop and goes. Might just get with an extra bounce a bit of a leading edge, or even pushed in on the up. That's an easy one, and that sensible batting will be necessary. They're off to a great start. They're going at 11 to the over, so not necessary to do anything silly now. They can take the game in deep, make sure they get to that 15th, 16th over.
And just bringing up a man onto that onside.
To see him just moving across to that 5th stump and just working it to the long on.
It also forces Marco Murray and Chris Cleaves to take that extra bit of risk to try and find the boundary on that big onside. So I'd really also like to see Gaudisa Molefe pushing a fielder up onto that long onside.
Because the nice part for the Limpopo Impalas is they can actually just relax a bit and just carry on with what they are doing. But they must be very careful not to let the new batters get off to a start as well. Make sure that they are the ones, the twos. Don't give it too easy to them, because that will just add on to their frustration. Because with that innings of Bossa, who went at a gentle strike rate of 248, 68 after 8 overs, still going at 10.7. These 2 batters from Eastern Cape can now take their time to get in as well. They can do the ones, do the twos, allow a good over or 2 to be bowled. And someone like Molefe, who's known for taking wickets, they can just see him through. No need to take risks against him. But another bit of spin as we have Knessner coming into the attack. The right arm offie. Loves coming around the wicket as a bowler. Going to the short end, but digging it in. It's just playtime for the batters there, and it's a half a dozen.
Yeah, Ludwig Keisner dropping it short with his first delivery and says, thank you very much. There's Marco Murray's got so much power. There's Marco Murray. Anything slightly short, he's going to be all over it.
Oh, they got a bit overexcited with that one. But that's kind of the plan. Make him hit to that sweeper fence and that leading edge. Those 2 fielders there, backward points and that short third man. Got away with that one. That passes the fine leg. It's 4 runs. But those 2 fielders there on a short third and also the backward point. Those are the ones for that leading edge, that little bit of a top edge. Very tight call. Umpires believing that that is a wide.
I still think Ludwig Keisner is bowling it from the wrong end here. Because it allows these two right-handed batters to target that short side. The left arm orthodox of Gaudisa Molefe is probably better suited from bowling from this pavilion end side. And then he can come from the other end.
Yeah, because that Hennips River end will just give him the opportunity to bowl towards the bigger side of the field, and going with the spin, that's kind of where they want to go. And then Molefe also taking the ball away, it will also allow them to play with the spin to the bigger side. You can see batters just walking across and just trying to access that short boundary, and 2 or 3 deliveries getting away with it. But that's the end of the 9th over. It's 94 for the loss of 3 wickets. And Don Radebe, oh, what a bowler he's been today. He struggled yesterday. He did not have a good time of it. Came in with a big approach, and didn't work for him yesterday. But today lived up to the hype. 3 for 17 is 2 overs, but Jerome Bossa, that's 67 of 27 deliveries. Oh, what an innings.
Yeah, it's full of class, that innings.
And he gave a bit of rest as well, because they had to go fetch the ball a couple of times.
Yeah, short in stature. He picks up length so well. Jerome Bossa. Gaudisa Molefe to continue.
Giving himself a bit of room, and this one is spanked straight. Molefe giving him a nice full toss there. And from here we can actually hear the ball shouting, hit me, hit me. And he did. He obliged. And Marco Murray needs no second invitation with a delivery like that.
He's a dangerous player, Marco Murray. You cannot afford to give him any opportunity, whatever slight opportunity it is, to get you over the boundary, because he will. So much power. And a full toss from Molefe is dispatched over his head.
Tell you what, he's very lucky to get away with the no ball there as well. Clever batting in the coach's manual, 5s and 7s. After the big hit, make sure you get to the other end. And with that, Molefe will just have to rethink his line, because you can actually see Marco Murray just giving a little shimmy to that leg stump, opening up to hit with the turn to that shorter part of the ground. Just playing with the field at the moment.
And that's all Chris Cleves needs to do in this partnership, because maybe from an experience point of view, he's the lesser of the experienced player compared to Marco Murray.
That's a big part of the boundary, but he timed it so beautifully off those legs and off the toes that it's only chance for 1. But again, just keeping up with the run rate, 9 already from this over, 2 deliveries still to go. Molefe's got to do some thinking. Oh, good comeback. Great fielding off his own bowling. Batter's got all the right just to stand his ground.
Yeah, it's good work from Gaudisa Molefe.
Still want to close it out though. Don't let them get that 10th run. Oh, fantastic bowling, fantastic bowling. Slowed it up in the air, gave it a little bit of extra bounce, a bit of a top spin. And that's the end of the 10th over. But 100 up for the Eastern Cape. Iinyathi, it is 103 for the loss of 3 wickets. Still batting at 10.3. Look at the bowling figures there. Morné Venter started off with 18 runs of his 2 overs. Jesse Albany got greeted by a big shot by Bossa as well, and also hit him against the head, but he was very expensive, going for 35. And Johan Manier only bowled the 1 over, going for 12. And Don Radebe, the story of this lineup, 3 for 17.
He's been the pick of the bowlers as Don Radebe, 3 for 17, but so impressive about how he got those 3 wickets is that he targeted the stumps. On a wicket that traditionally is good for batting, you always have to target the stumps here at Supersport Park. And he got just reward by getting those 3 wickets to fall in this Iinyathi innings. Morne Venta's back.
Oh, just straying on those legs. Got away with it. I think Mare might have thinking to himself, I should have gone finer. Just worked it around the corner. A little fiddle to it and we've gone for 4. Got away with that, Venter.
I thought he was a little bit too cute. Was Marco Murray could have belted that.
Oh, great fielding. Just saving a run there for his team.
Good arm there as well.
Fantastic arm. And that's one thing we've noticed from all of these teams. Their boundary riders have got rocket arms. Oh, moving across way to his stump. Slower delivery. Very well bowled there by Venter. Another bowler that struggled yesterday as well. He is one of those guys that's known actually for line and length. Very much accurate bowling. But over the last couple of days, he struggled to find that rhythm going. Much better hitting that block hole.
And it's an important phase now for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. They've gotten off to a really good start through Jerome Bossa. They have the experience of Marco Murray at the crease, trying to lead the lesser experienced player in Chris Cleaves.
Oh, this one is straight over the bowler. That's a 1 bouncer. Good, it's a maximum actually. Fantastic shot. That was all timing. A bit of a short arm pickup.
Power. That's what he's known for, Marco Murray. Short arm jab, very little follow through, but he's so powerful. He hits it straight over to the side screen for 6. And this is what I was trying to make about this pair now. Cleaves, lesser experience, trying to find his way through domestic cricket here in South Africa. Needs to soak up as much as he possibly can, but also tick over. Not allow himself to be bogged down by the Limpopo Impala bowlers, because it will put pressure on Marco Murray to go for those big shots consistently. He needs to play his part as well, because he knows that Marco Murray has the power game to clear any boundary here in South Africa.
We saw Peters playing a game of Finding Nemo. Venter got the ball back in hand. And that fielder now coming into play as well. But again, trying to make the point that we've been hammering on over the last couple of overs. If we come to an end of the 11th over, they're getting off that dreaded Nelson, 112 for a loss of 3. It is all about the lengths. If you hit the lengths, even the line you can get away with on this deck, but they've been either full or either short. They've been giving Bossa, especially in his innings, something to hit through the line the whole time. As soon as they dragged the line back, he looked suspect. And here the same thing. As soon as they hit that back of a length, that 7 meter mark, 6-7 meter mark, it's been difficult. Then they go to full and the runs flow.
It's such an important point because, you know, it's such an unforgiving place to come and bowl as a bowler. Supersport Park.
Giving himself a bit of room, and oh my word, that would have been an absolute blinder. What an effort. That would have been the catch of the week thus far.
He certainly stopped 4. And that's why Gaudiso Molefe has been so grateful. It's hard. Hit hard by Marco Murray.
That man Peters again. Reverse sweep, paddle over the top. Bit of innovative cricket. They'll look for the second. They will double up. Didn't try and keep that one down. He wanted to go over the inner ring.
That's his game, Chris Cleves. He's an innovative player. Doesn't have the power game like Marco Murray, but he can manipulate the field by employing those reverse sweeps.
And now just going on the onside. Marco Murray said, oh, Lord, I'm happy with the one. Let me have some of this. But it's so difficult as a bowling unit having someone like Cleves who's a manipulator and then having the power of Marco Murray on the other side. Puts you in so much pressure. Quicker ball and even quicker off the bat. And Marco said, that's why I didn't want the second. Look at this. 6er.
Brilliant. Powerful again from Marco Murray. But he was given the opportunity by Gaudiso Molefe. Outside that off stump. Free delivery to just swing the arms through. And a player of Marco Murray's quality needs no second invitation with a delivery like that.
And it's one of those things where they've been doing well with taking the pace off the ball, bowling a little bit slower through the air. If he needs to target, he needs to go to the big fence, quicker ball. It just went quick off the bat as well.
Partnership also 41 runs now between Cleves and Murray.
Smart cricket. Oh, they might have missed a run or two there. It's the first time there's been a miscommunication between the batters.
Yeah, the quickness from Gaudiso Molefe put off Murray from taking that single.
Molefe just changing the field. Feeling that an deep extra cover is more important than the sweeper on the fence. Does have a lot of protection on the leg side as well. Firing that one wayward. I think he might have thought that Marco Murray is going to give himself a bit of room once again. This time executing it on the legs a bit better. Just the single to close off the over. Molefe's third. Scores 124 for the loss of 3. That's after 12 overs. 8 more overs to go. And going at 10, they got to be eyeing up that 200.
No, definitely. And they've still got plenty of batting to come. Iinyathi Malika, the wicketkeeper batter, and Jade de Klerk, who can really hold a bat himself. Tobile Hlatuka, and then the bowlers. And Apiwe Mnyanda, Nico van Sail, and Akona Rakyana. They can still go hard here, Marco Murray, in pursuit of 180 and above.
Yuan Mana coming in. Only bowled the one over, went for 12 runs. He's going to be bowling to one of the set batters, Murray. Immediately thumped down the ground, but not timed. Trying to play that one with the wrists, but just a little bit full. Couldn't get the elevation, couldn't get under it.
And this is the opportunity now for Chris Cleves to try and up the scoring rate a little bit. We know that he probably doesn't have the power game.
Four runs, lovely shot. You just mentioned power game, and then the bowler just drops one short, and he says, "What you talking about? I can hit a 4 as well," and just picked that gap to perfection. And look, that one boundary is just from a 60 strike rate, just popped him up to an 80 once again. And that supporting role that he has with Marco Murray is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The partnership is 48 runs. And another full toss, and he says, oh, what a lovely catch that is. Lovely catch and taken on the fence. It is brilliantly done. Wicket time, and it's SDW time once again. That ball did not deserve a wicket, but he just, like you mentioned, does not have the power of Marco Murray, and it showed there.
Yeah, unfortunate for Chris Cleves. He could have hit that anywhere. It was a gift from Johan Mahne. Just didn't get enough of it. He was looking for possibly the call from the square leg umpire, Lauren Achenbach, that it might have been over the waist, but it wasn't. And Chris Cleves' short stay at the creases ended. He's gone for 12 or 14. It's 129 for 3.
Breaking the partnership of 48, where it leaves only scored 12 runs, and he must feel a bit unlucky. That ball looked very close to the waistline there. I think he got away with one there, did Mahne. But he's picked up a wicket. Sometimes, as a bowler, there's not a lot of things that goes for you. So you take the little victories when it comes. He'll argue that, that was knee height. He was going into the dugout. But it is a partnership broken, and hopefully will stop the flow of runs. But the next batter coming in will have to play that same supporting role to Marco Murray. And it's Malika coming in, who batted very well yesterday, and he was that grinder yesterday. He worked very hard, played a couple of nice shots as well. But Marco Murray is the set batter, so I think for now it'll just work that ones and twos.
A talented left-handed batter is Iinyathi Malika. A lot of flair with the gloves as well. He's been part of this Eastern Cape Iinyathi side for a number of seasons now. He's almost assumed a senior player role. Needs to finish this innings off. 129 for 4.
You can just see the way he started there. Lovely high elbow. Technically very sound is Malika. We saw that yesterday as well. But he loves opening up that front leg as well, just smashing it. You can see that one. Oh, very lucky to get away with it. But look at the great work done on the fence. Fantastic effort. Great catch. Mahne just making sure that the new batter goes nowhere. 2 dots in a row. Great comeback from him as well after being smashed for that 4. Getting the wicket, that might just be the confidence booster that he needed. One more delivery to go in this 13th over. Oh, just straying onto the legs. They will look to double up. Malika will be one batter that will definitely push Marco a bit more than the others. It was a great over, great finish, successful over for Mahne. 131 for the loss of 4 after 13 overs. And for the first time, that run rate is basically on 10 to the over.
Yeah, and it's an important time now for Eastern Cape Iinyathi in terms of where they will finish in these 20 overs. There's still 7 overs to go, but they need to get themselves into the mindset of we need to keep on going here to get ourselves above 180, possibly closer to 200 after the start that we had.
And the same can be said the other way around, where the Impalas will say, listen, what do we want to chase? What are we happy chasing? So we need to get them closer to that as well. So now the psychology of the game comes in, of where do you want to be after the 20? Molefe into the attack, bowling his last over. And pitched it up, and it is a mammoth 6 straight up against the wind, but it doesn't matter. It cleared the fence easily.
With ease, Marco Murray continuing to give this Eastern Cape Iinyathi a total that they can feel confident in defending later on. Tossed up by Molefe. It's in his arc, and it's literally out of the park here at Supersport Park.
Yeah, it's in the arc, out the park, as the saying goes. Intervened at 3. It's made him change his line now, coming the left arm over the wicket. You could just see where Marais taken guard now, way outside leg stump. I think this is the best outcome for the Limpopo Impalas. Getting Marais off strike, having the new bats on strike. Say, all right, let's just reset a bit. It was 1 shot, 7 from the over again. Let's string a couple of dots together. Malika's such a talented worker off the ball.
And he's batting in such an important position of 6 here. Is Iinyathi Malika. Make a point now about left-handed batters in this role, because it's such an important one. I was watching South Africa play West Indies a couple of days ago, where the only left-handed batter that they had was Brian Rickleton, which was at the top of the order, and made it so easy for the West Indies to set plans for all the rest of the batters.
Oh, going hard at that one again. With Malika try and double up. Marais is happy with the one. This is a good comeback by Malika. If you can see Malcolm Marais just saying, I should have gone maybe a little bit straight, or maybe even a little bit squarer, trying to target that deep mid-wicket area.
So to have Malika left-handed batter at 6, it just gives them flexibility in their batting lineup. Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
Again, just a single. You hear the applause. Very happy from the dugout. And especially with Bosser on the top of the innings, the powerful left-hander, then you got another left-hander coming in lower order. It just gives you also this, the rotation of strike is so important in that middle part. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely thumped. Molefe thought he's had a chance. He wanted to jump up. By the time he's got in the air, that ball's gone. 4 runs.
Wonderful over again for Marco Marais and the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Just turning this over into a really big one. Attacked it early on, 6 off the first delivery, and then a number of singles in between, and then finishes it off with a brilliant strike down the ground again. 145 for 4 with 36 deliveries to come, still in a very strong position. The Eastern Cape Iinyathi side to finish off and put on a really good target here inside 20 overs. Marco Marais 47 from 24.
Jesse Albany coming into the attack again, and 14 runs in that previous over, and it's done. It was low risk cricket, playing straight, eating up the singles, making sure the right left combination works in their favour. It is 14 overs gone, is 145 without loss, as KG comes into the commentary booth once again. It's always fun. Always
Good time
fun
to be
having
back towards the back end of the innings.
2-2. Running.
That was fantastic running. There was 2-2. You can hear the call here by Philisani saying 2-2. It's like they didn't hear the call. They're just making sure. Gautrain going past.
Marco Marais has really set himself up here in this innings, making sure that he's really keeping the impetus on this innings. Currently on 47 of 24 balls with 6 overs to go. He'll be looking to maximize them and get them into that 190 area, where they think that from here it should be easy enough for them to get there.
Oh, finding the outside. That was deliberately played. He wanted to go through that slip cordon. Maybe not as fine as that, but that was deliberately played. 4 runs.
Yeah, definitely looking to play it through that cordon there, and he did get the reward for playing that shot and just opening the face of the bat there. Very good shot there from Ngandisi to just get it through for another boundary in this innings.
Malika just showing all his class. He's a 360 player. Oh, this one off the legs, and that looks like it's been beautifully timed once again. A cheeky shot with a bit of finesse, 2 fours in a row.
Very good batting here from Malika. I mean, he's just hitting both sides of the wicket, and there's nothing as frustrating as that. For the bowler, when a batter can hit you on both sides of the wicket, you really don't know where to stop. So very good batting here. Just making sure that Makomare is hitting the ball very hard on the other side, and is also supporting him on the other side with just 5.3 overs to go in this innings. So looking to go very hard to finish very strong.
Oh, and just shows you what pressure does. Oh, that was very close to the helmet. But just shows you what pressure does. The wide now down leg. And this is one of the bowlers who's been very, very off his game today. Albania has been going way too full. Bossa took a liking to him as well. He's one of those bowlers that must just bring the length back a little bit. Then the line he might get away with.
Yeah, it's quite interesting though to make mention of that. There's 2 balls in particular that he bowled to Bossa in that other over that were a bit of a shorter of a length or back of a length that really troubled them. But he looks to be shy to go in that area once again and keeps on going full, and it's just not working out for him at the moment.
That's much better length. Look at that. Oh, Malefi just slipped as he wanted to pick that up. And they doubling up. Fantastic running. And it's all about the pressure that the batters have put on this Impala team. But as I say that, remember now one thing. That's going back to the bowler. That is the length he wants to bowl. That's not a bowling error. That's a fielding error. Keep bowling that length.
Precisely that back of the length. There is a lot that's happening in that little area there. If you can just consistently hit it, they make it hard for the batters to score the runs.
Going for that full one again. Easy pickings for Marco Murray, bringing up his 50 in 26 deliveries, striking at a modest 192. Fantastic innings. We've seen 2 great innings. Jerome Bossa, 67 of 27, and now a not out, is 50 of 26.
Yeah, definitely very good batting from Makomare. That is the kind of batter that you wanted to come in after the dominance of Bossa a little bit earlier on, just to keep the momentum going in the innings.
There's that short one we were talking about, just digging it in. Another massive over. He's conceded 48 now in his 3. And he's one of the guys they look at the death to bowl as well. But, giving him the death overs might not work out for the Limpopo Impala. So they might have to change their perspective a little bit. 160 for the loss of 4 after 15 overs. This partnership has rocked on to 31 in no time. As Ludwig Geisner has changed ends.
Yeah, this is what happens when you spoke about how Albani would probably have been looked at somebody to bowl at the end, but because of how expensive he is, you need to buy an over from someone. Ludwig Kessner is actually a bit of a part-time bowler, but he has to come and bowl more overs than what you want from him because of what's happening on the other side. You would probably say Don Khatebe will bowl 2 overs. Morne Venter has got 1 still to go, so you need to buy 2 overs also from someone else.
And that is what can happen with the part-timer, especially if Marco Murray is on 50 already. And again, from where we are sitting, that is about a 70 to 75 meter fence. And he's cleared that in droves. That is a massive shot.
Easy. Marco Murray definitely looks like he's got his radar on here, hitting that very hard and making sure that what we've been speaking about, putting the pressure on a part-time bowler just to make sure, especially with 5 overs to go, 6 wickets in hand, with somebody of the caliber of Marco Murray after getting his 50, those will be very easy pickings for him, especially with Ludwig Kessner obviously coming around the wicket, just making it open open on the leg side for Marco Mare to hit, and he is going to take some liking to it.
And goes again. Has he picked out the fielder this time round? Yes, he has. That boundary just too big. And after the massive hit, Ludwig Geisner picks up the very important wicket of Marco Mare.
Bit of a commentator's curse there from us, but Ludwig Geisner, he looked like he slowed it down a little bit, made him do all the work, and Marco Mare did not get the connection that I was looking for and hit it down the throat of that mid-wicket boundary area.
And also, the previous one, he went a lot straighter. And I think with the slowness of that delivery, maybe just forced him to roll the wrists, and he went a bit squarer on that occasion. If he went straighter again, it might have been the same result. But a great innings comes to an end. 56 of 27 delivery, also striking at over 200. It's going to be hard work for the Limpopo Impalas from here. 166 with 4 overs and 5 deliveries still to go. It is going to become a very tough task to keep them under that 200.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the confidence that Eastern Cape Iinyathi has also been showing throughout the innings, with their batters coming in, they've been looking to really make sure that they keep on scoring the runs. So it's going to be very difficult because Eastern Cape Iinyathi still has got some good batters to come through in these innings and make sure that they keep on going and scoring the runs.
Now a lovely catch there on the fence. Getting rid of Marco Mare was Heinrich Pieters. Great work there. Malika not interested in that single. New bats always wants to get off strike. It's Jay de Klerk joining Malika at the crease.
Very good comeback here from Ludwig Geisner after going for 6 in his first ball, and then a wicket, 2 dots, and what would look like it would be a double.
And this is the one thing that Eastern Cape Iinyathi shouldn't fall into the trap of only trying to hit the big shots. Now they got opportunity for the next over or 2 to work the 2s, just double up, get up to that 180 and then explode from there, because you still have 5 wickets in the bank. I mean, in this over alone, there's been 9 runs coming from it. Although wicket has been lost, still 9 runs from the over. Successful over for Ludwig Geisner. It is 168 for 5 after 16 overs. 4 to go. I say again, 169. You've got to eye up that 200.
You have to eye up. I feel that if they don't get to that 200, they'll feel very disappointed about that. So they'll definitely be looking to go there. 2 still have got 5 wickets in hand. And it's one of those, I think they've gotten a good score as it is. And then from here on, is probably just to make sure that you further bury Limpopo Impalas in these innings.
And you coming from the area, you got that inside info always for us. 160 is kind of the par score, 160, 165, and they're way above par. But anything up to that 190 mark becomes very difficult for the chasing team at their last innings.
Yeah, definitely. Generally, in the day games or the afternoon games, we would say even 180 is just par here. It's just about the medium place that you want to be at 180. But with the way that the wicket has been playing also, you would say that 200 will probably be a good enough score to get here. Might be difficult for Limpopo Impalas, but I still wouldn't count them out because of how easy it has looked to be here to bet.
Leg by signalled. Great work there by the keeper, just managing to get a bit of a glove to that one. Saving a couple of runs. And a few runs here, a few runs there. We saw a chase yesterday from the Limpopo Impalas of 180. They just 186. They just dropped 17 runs short of that. So it's definitely doable. And the big man there, Hardes Viljoen, was the thorn in their side, picking up 4 very crucial wickets. Oh, this one worked to the leg side. It will only be the one. Coming off the fence very quickly was the fielder there.
Very good bowling once again from Dan Khatebe. You would say that he'll be the difference between whether they can get over the 200 mark or not with his 9 balls left in the innings. If he continues to bowl the way that he's been bowling, he might restrict them a little bit.
Again, just the one to that deep mid wicket. And yeah, looks like a different bowler yesterday to today. Don Radebe looks like a totally different bowler, living up to the hype. 3 for 19 thus far. Oh, big appeal. That looked very, very close, and it's given. Big wicket of Malika. Don Radebe picking up his 4th.
Don Khatebe has been the star of the show so far for Limpopo Impalas, just making sure that he keeps on getting Eastern Cape Iinyathi in check, that they don't run away too much. And he's just been doing the simple thing of going wicket to wicket. As we look at that, once again, Don Khatebe just hitting straight. That one is missing off stump, missing leg stump, definitely hitting middle stump.
When a batter is happy with the LBW call, then you know he knows that's dead in the water. What a fantastic bowling spell it's been thus far. 4 for 19, still 1 more ball to go in his 3rd over. And the rhythm looks good. He's picking up wickets. Jay de Klerk, still very new to the creases, only faced 7 deliveries. And it just shows you, get 1 or 2 wickets, just stems the flow of runs.
Yeah, definitely with Don Khatebe. He's got a very nice and smooth action, doesn't he? He doesn't look like he's forcing anything. Just gently runs up and just keeps on hitting his spot the entire time.
And look, he's nothing more than a gentle medium pace. He's no express pace whatsoever, but he understands his game. He knows where to bowl. Executing the plans for the captain very nicely.
This time around on Khatebe, just a bit shorter of a length, but still no runs coming from his bowling. Very good bowling here from Don Khatebe. Very good over from him, picking up a wicket and just 2 runs and 1 leg by.
Sitlatuka joining Jai de Klerk at the wicket. And de Klerk much more the senior partner here. Just look at that LBW shot again. That was dead. Great bowling, wicket to wicket.
Interestingly, Ludwig Kessner will bowl the 18th over in a T20 cricket at Patambala. I suppose after him getting a wicket in the last over, there's a bit of confidence on him, and he will be taking the ball again, bowling to Jade de Klerk.
I think they're hoping that they don't target him too much. He'll just get the singles. Another slip there, just off the pitch. Don Khatebe will definitely bowl the 19th over. Always wanting your best bowler to bowl that penultimate over.
That is the importance, isn't it? Sometimes you get bowlers that are just kept for too long, unnecessarily taking them to the last over when the damage has already been done. But in that 19th over, I think that's where a lot of games are won and lost.
And you can see they're just busy at the crease. Again slipping.
Does he have his rollerblades there or no, his bikes?
Oh my word, that skateboard is just running away with him at the moment. Maybe time for a new pair of studs there. Going for the big shot. Is this another wicket? Oh my word, it's a horribly judged catch. He was in position and then just looked like he missed it. Looks like Venter down there. not having the best of days is Mornay Venter. Really misjudged that one completely. And again, can we please get the guys to remove the ice from the pitch? Latuka has been slipping all over the place. Look at that. Just got himself in a terrible position to take that. Completely misjudged that catch. Big shot coming. Did he get enough on it? You betcha. That's a half a dozen. It's a sixer.
Very good shot from J.T. Clerk, finding that gap between the cow corner and deep square leg, splitting them in half and hitting it to the longer side of the boundary for a big 6.
And he's not a big lad. J.T. Clerk is a very small guy, but just look at the punch he packed there. 6 runs. Going for it again this time round. Could it be a catch? Oh, it's just short of that field. A fantastic effort. Also felt that it did carry to him. Another drop catch. It's one of those situations, sun in your eyes. Do I go into the ball? Do I just stop it from going for the 2 minds? 2 catches going down in that over. And oh, a great over for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
That Masondo there.
I beg your, yeah, it looks like Masondo's down there. Oh, Ludwig Geisner. 2 wickets, begging.
Yeah, I feel very disappointed with not getting the backing from his fielders. Bowling at a very difficult time, bowling in the 18th over as a part-time spinner. You'd think that you want the fielders to back you up as much as possible. Very disappointed in that over of not getting those 2 wickets.
And also from perspective from a coaching staff, you expect, you're in a bit of trouble. Your top order's been taking apart, your top bowlers. Don Radebe just continuing where he left off. That is his 5er. What great bowling, just slipping it through the defences, and it's his 5th.
Don Khatebe, I think there is not so much that we can say about him because he is doing all the talking on the field. Just bowling wicket to wicket the whole time. He's looking to hit the stumps all afternoon, and he's done that so many times.
Oh, this one just between bats and pad. Bit of a nothing shot by Tlatuka. Look at that, just carrying on with the angle. Just carrying on and just hitting that middle and off. Ampiwe Mnyanda coming in, and Don Radebe still has got 5 deliveries left, and you mentioned it earlier. He's going to determine if they go over that 200 or not, but that previous over with those 2 drop catches has just put them on the back foot once again. It's almost in a situation where they can just get the ones from him for the next 5 deliveries and then target that last over. 184 for the loss of 7. Limpopo Impalas looks like they're going to be chasing 200.
Yeah, at this point in time with 11 balls to go, Eastern Cape Iinyathi just needs 16 runs to get to that magical number of 200. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Limpopo Impalas can restrict them from getting that. They are a bit deeper in the batting lineup, so maybe they can.
You can just see Jay de Klerk calling him through for the 1. He wants the bulk of the strike, and I think that's the way it should be. Jay de Klerk should be facing the majority of this 10 deliveries that are left. Or shall I say 8 deliveries that are left. Just look at that wicket. Just the ball coming through, straight through with the angle. Hitting middle and off.
And Khatebe really having a good time here this afternoon after a bit of a bad start yesterday. Picking up 5 wickets so far.
Oh, very unlucky. A calculated edge there. 4 runs to the Jay de Klerk and to the total. Just brings them up to 189. Very
once
close.
again, attacking those stumps once again. Just a little bit too full this time around. And allowing J.D. Clark to just get a thick outside edge down to that third man area for 4.
3 deliveries to go in this penultimate over. Shorter part of the field, that'll only be the one. Don Radebe, I think, will be very happy to bowl to the new batter. 2 deliveries to go in this 19th.
Probably be licking his lips here. So there's an opportunity for him to actually get 6 wickets here.
I think they'll be happy if they can just string 2 dots together here as well. I think Jay de Klerk will go down and say, listen, I want to face that last over. You have a big swing at it. We got 2 wickets in the bank.
Yeah.
So why not have a big swing at this one? If you connect, it's runs on the board. If you don't, give it up for your team.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those where you'd say it's a bit of a free hit here for Mnyanda. He's got nothing to lose here. With 7 balls to go, whatever happens, J.D. Clark will feel that he wants to be on strike. So it'll be a bit of a free hit here for Mnyanda. Just hit it out of the ground.
And they tried. That was definitely not the conversation that Jay de Klerk and Mpiwe had there. 191 for loss of 7, 6 deliveries to go. It's the 20th over. And 9 runs shy of that 200. And the 200 is so important because that will mean that you need to go at 10 to the over from the get-go. And a very interesting decision this is. Ludwig Keisner going to bowl the last over in a T20.
You don't see that a lot, do you? A part-time spinner bowling the 20th over in a T20 match. It's going to be very interesting how he looks to close this innings up. I wonder if they've got a target for him to say that, look, if you can just keep it under 10 runs in the over, it will be a good coming. But then I think that is the hand of Limpopo Impalas has been forced by Albani and also Fenter not bowling too well this afternoon.
Jade coming through.
In fact, in all honesty, Marna Fenter didn't bowl too badly. He was just going at 9 and over. You would think that you would back him to finish off, as we see a replay of that run-out opportunity.
Went for it. Was good to shine. Let's see what Jay de Klerk does here. Oh, going straight. Is this another opportunity? Oh, it's 4 runs. It might even be. Oh, it's just a 1 bounce 4. Fantastic shot, that is. Give himself a bit of room, just moving to that leg stump. Just hitting it straight as a die. Bang. And again, the fielder just not getting to it. Oh, great manipulation. It's got to be 2. They got to go bang back for the second. Great running, Nyanda.
Very good running there from Eastern Cape Iinyathi and Mnyanda. That is good communication also from Mnyanda and de Klerk, just to make sure that the man that you need to be on strike is on strike for the bulk of the balls left.
4 deliveries, he's gone for it. Has he picked out the fielder? Yes, he has. The safe hands of Molefe. Jay de Klerk giving his wicket for the team there. 198, and they've lost their 8th. But they can give him a hand. He's put some impetus back into the innings. 25 or 15. Just did not get the power behind that one. The biggest part of the fence. Good little innings. Good little cameo.
Yeah, good little cameo from Jay de Klerk. I think it was a much needed cameo there from Jay de Klerk, just to make sure that they can get as close to that 200 as possible, scoring 25 of just 16 balls.
And if you look at that wagon wheel, he scored all over the park. Runs in every single bit. as Nico van Zyl is going to take up arms against Keisner, who's finally picked up his second wicket. He almost should have had 4.
Yeah, these two would actually know one another. They did play provincial cricket together for the Northerns, the younger stages. Nico van Zyl also always backs himself as a batter, so you want to show that he can actually bat.
And he goes for the big one immediately. Is it another catch for Molefe? Oh, he does well. Not sure what the thinking was there. He was way off. He was about 2 meters in. And Molefe just wanted to save some runs, but he could have saved 2. And that means 200 is on the board for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
What? He is so far in. That was so unnecessary from misjudgment.
Oh my word, he's coming too far and he's given away a 4. And you mentioned it, Nico van Zyl knows the bowling so well. And, got a bit of bragging rights there.
Got a bit of bragging rights there, definitely. And also the fielders helped him to get those bragging rights. First with Molefe, where we were supposed to hold on to one and just letting it go. And as we just take a look again at the last ball, misjudgment there from the fielder coming in, and the ball just goes over his head for another 4.
That brings the score up to 204 for the loss of 8 after the 20. An entertaining innings that we've had. Jason Niemann started off with Jerome Bossa, and Bossa, just you mentioned it, bossed his way through that innings. 67 of 27 before dismissed by Don Radebe. And then Radebe was on a hat-trick, getting a first bowler to Jacques Murray bowling him, and then a lovely partnership between Christopher Gleaves and Marco Murray, joined in by Malika as well, with Marco Murray scoring a 58 of 28. And Jay de Klerk chipping in with a 25 of 16. And the last 2 deliveries went awry for the Limpopo Impalas. And the bowling, KG.
Yeah, just the bowling of Mona Fanter, only bowling 3 overs, going for 27 runs without picking up a wicket. And Johan Mane for 2 overs for 19. Jesse Albani struggled today, bowling 3 overs, going for 48 runs. Don Khatebe, the pick of the bowlers, bowling 4 overs, 5 for 26. And then Gaudisa Molefe not picking up a wicket, also getting a bit of a tapping here, going for 39 in his 4 overs. And Ludwig Kessner, who is a part-time bowler, 4 overs, 2 for 32.
So that's a summary of the match. Jerome Bossa top scoring with 67 of 27. Marco Murray with a 56, and chipped in by Jay de Klerk and Malika 25 and 13 respectively. 5 for 26 Don Radebe and Keisner 2 for 42. Please join Philisani and KG as they start off the next inning in about 10 minutes time here at the Momentum Health Challenge at Supersport Park.
See you in a bit.
Welcome back to Supersport Park. It's the Momentum Health Challenge. And it's game number 2 on day number 2 between the Eastern Cape Iinyathi and the Limpopo Impalas. And Limpopo Impalas have a mammoth task on their hands to try and chase down 205 for victory, in which the Eastern Cape Iinyathi put onto the board in their first innings, having chosen to bat first. And Jason Niemand, the captain, along with Jerome Bossa, put up a really good opening partnership. And then it was the experience of Marco Mare later on in the innings who really punished some wayward bowling from the Limpopo Impalas. 205 is what they will need to get if they are to get some points on the board on this Momentum Health Challenge for 2024. KG alongside me in commentary. Your thoughts on that Eastern Cape Iinyathi innings and how beautiful Jerome Bossa batted?
It was a very good innings there from Eastern Cape Iinyathi, and it was not just about being explosive and hitting the sixes, but there was also a lot of good running that was done throughout the innings that just kept them the momentum going even when the boundaries are not there. So I think it's going to be a daunting task here for Limpopo Impalas to get to this, because it's one of those scores where you really do not have the time to settle in and try to see off a new ball or whatever. You have to get going from ball one.
Yeah, they'll have the experience of Sizwe Masondo to face up first for the Impalas. And the first ball is a wide.
I must say I've been impressed with the amount of left-arm orthodox spinners that we've seen throughout this Momentum Health Challenge. It's a very good thing to see because it's a very good skill to have.
He's lost his radar first up, Akona Khatyana. He's bowled 2 wides to start off. He was an important player for them last season, Sizwe Masondo. He's got plenty of experience, having started his career down in the Eastern Cape, Nelson Mandela University, and then Eastern Province amateur side. Beautiful use of the feet from Masondo. And the first aggressive shot yields a 6 for Masondo and for the Impalas.
Yeah, very good shot, very good use of the feet there from Masondo, as we've spoken about how much experience he has, and just showing it up front, putting pressure on the bowler immediately.
Another one, this time it's a full toss. And over the boundary ropes for yet another 6, back to back from Sizwe Masondo.
Yeah, another very good start here from Akona Khatyana, with 2 wides to start and 2 sixes in a row. And that time around, just not having the control and allowing Sizwe Masondo to just get under that ball and hit it over and that shorter side of the boundary for 6.
Already 14 off this over from Khatyana. Good work in the field.
Good work from Nico van Zyl there, stopping a certain boundary.
Speaking about Masondo, quality cricketer, spoke about where he started his career. Played a long time for Nelson Mandela University. Now it's Delivio Richard into the action. Expensive start this from Akona Khatyana. Another boundary in this over.
Very good shot there from Richard, just keeping the momentum going in this over. Khatyana just looks to be struggling a little bit there with his lengths, either going too full or too short, or not pitching the ball at all. Just outside. And a big, thick edge there from Richard. He'll be happy with the result of that. And that goes down to the boundary to a very expensive first over of the second innings, going for 23 runs.
Yeah, not a great start from Akona Khatyana. You might say that was a little bit deliberate from the blade of Delivio Richard, opening up the face. The third man inside the circle. And a strong start to this daunting run chase from the Limpopo Impalas. 23 without loss of the first over.
A very good start from Limpopo Impalas, and this is exactly what they would have wanted and ordered with the kind of runs that they need to be getting in this game. They just can't let anything less than 10 or less than 10 and over, because that's the game of T20 cricket. Once you go under that, the run rate, the required run rate just shoots up immediately.
Nico van Zyl. And he's greeted with a fantastic shot from Sizwe Masondo. Up and over, too short, too wide, and 4.
Wonderful shot there from Sizwe Masondo, identifying that there is a lot of gap at the boundary on that offside, and there's a shorter boundary also, and just getting up and over and hitting it over that cover area for a wonderful 4.
You gotta be careful bowling from that side. Your lines and your lengths have to be so immaculate because it's so short down that side. Not a great start from Nico van Zyl. And it's a good positive start, this from Masondo and Richard.
Yeah, definitely, and just like it every time when a batsman does that, even after hitting the boundaries, when there's an opportunity to just do a little bit of a drop and run, just does that and gets to the other end. Just keep the momentum going, keep on scoring runs.
And it's that attacking mindset we keep on harping on, especially when the conditions are so conducive here at Supersport Park. You gotta utilize it when you have the opportunity. Big shout, big shout. Umpire Lauren Achenbach unmoved. Nico van Zyl can't believe it. He's got the double teapot out. I think he's got some bat on it. Is that Delivio Richard?
Maybe might even be a touch outside that off stump.
It's a lovely delivery from Steyn. Rather, Nico van Zyl. Just got it to move away slightly off the surface.
Richard that time around just found wanting outside that off stump. Not sure if he's comfortable with a lot of pace on the ball.
He's headed back onto his pad again as Delivio Richard, but Nico van Zyl's got his tail up a little bit here, bowling to the left-hander. And Sizwe Masondo just comes down to have a chat with the younger partner.
Yeah, maybe telling him just to calm down a little bit, just look to get bat to ball here, because if you just keep on swinging around, you might find yourself wanting a lot more times than not. There we go. There we go. That would be a good result to just get bat and ball. If you're not too sure, if you're not going to be able to score the runs, just get to the other side. And just Masondo will say, just let me handle them for a bit while you're still getting your eye in.
6 off that. Nico van Zyl overs 29 without loss. It's a good start though for the Limpopo Impalas. Masondo's been the aggressor, 18 of 6 deliveries. Delivio Richard struggled a little bit with the pace of Nico van Zyl from that previous over, but he's also gotten himself a decent start, 9 from 6. And it's the youngster Apiwe Mnyanda who will replace Khatyana from the pavilion end. Former SA under 19 bowler, went to the World Cup 2 years ago in the Caribbean. Apiwe Mnyanda, another one of those Graham College boys, goes to Richard, and he's pulled away beautifully. Spotted the short delivery and just climbed all over it. 1 bounce 4.
Very good shot there from Richard this time around. We were just speaking about how he might be a little bit uncomfortable with pace on the ball, but that time around hit it very firmly in front of square there for a wonderful fall to that long boundary on the leg side. As we just look at Richard, is getting into his own here. 13 of 7 balls is also going quite well.
Good comeback. Oh, trouble for Masondo. Ooh. Needed to get back very quickly, Cesar Masondo. You can't take on Jade de Klerk inside the circle. He's a very good fielder.
That is the way Sizwe Masondo does. He's a very busy man. He's always looking for those runs. If there's a bit of an opportunity for him to get through to that single, he will take it. It's a very good thing to have.
Good return from Nyanda after going for 4 in his first delivery. 2 dots. Also made the move down from Gqeberha to East London. Apiwe Mnyanda in search of more opportunities, playing opportunities, moving from the Warriors to the Eastern Cape Iinyathi side.
Yeah, only good things can come out of that.
Up and over. Doesn't have a lot of it. Delivio Richard looking for the second, but wisely Sizwe Masondo sends him back.
Yeah, very wisely there with Richard just looking to go aerial there, but doesn't get the connection that he was looking for. A bit of a thick half of the bat, thick outside half of the bat, and just managing to get it over that extra cover for a single.
He's got his lengths and his lines just spot on now after that first delivery. Apiwe Mnyanda does have the ability to go left arm around to the right-handers, which he's doing so now. So he brings up the third man into the circle, drops fine leg, square leg on the boundary as well. He's 2 boundary riders inside this 6-over power play.
Shot.
Yeah, it's very good for Masondo. Pitched up from Nyanda, and he just threw his hands at it and picks up yet another boundary. Is the experienced Sizwe Masondo.
Yeah, it's a very good shot from Sizwe Masondo. As we take a look at that again, he had one thing on his mind, is to get the ball to the boundary. He just went aerial, backed himself, get it over that inner field, and able to get it to the boundary for a much needed boundary.
9 off with a delivery to come from Nyanda. And he's chopped it on. Sizwe Masondo looked to run it down to third man, but Apiwe Mnyanda responds perfectly. And it's the first wicket down for the Limpopo Impalas.
Yeah, a bit of a nothing shot there from Sizwe Masondo after batting so well in this inning so far. Just looking to run it down for a cheeky single, but unfortunately He just chopped it onto that off stump.
Sizwe Masondo after a bright start. He's gone for 22 of 7. It's 38 for 1. Lawrence Steenkamp is the new better out for the Limpopo Impalas after the fall of Sizwe Masondo. Ended the over pretty well, did Apiwe Mnyanda.
Very interesting that we haven't seen Ludwig Kessner coming in so far. He's normally the guy at the top of the order. But they're probably looking to change things up, as Nico van Zyl will be continuing from the Henops River end.
Good, very good. He rarely misses, Jade de Klerk. Gun fielder. You need to be on their toes here, the Impala batters. It's a good start though from Van Zyl to this over.
Bit of a warning shot there thrown by Jade de Klerk to say that if you think you're going to steal some runs out here, I'm going to send you packing very soon.
And the chatter's up now from the Iinyathi fielders. Bowled him! Brilliant from Van Zyl. He's gone through the defenses of Delivio Richard. And the Iinyathi have gone bang bang in consecutive overs here.
Yeah, brilliant bowling there from Nico van Zyl. Just making sure that if the batter misses, he hits the stump. And that is a fast bowler's dream, isn't it? As we look at that again. Top of off. As good as it comes.
It's a preseason tournament, but there's nothing friendly about the fire that Nico van Zyl is bringing here. The second wicket gone for the Limpopo Impalas. The Livio Richard's gone for 14. And it's 38 for 2.
Not too surprised to see Nico van Zyl fired up. Growing up, he's always been that kind of a kid. Very competitive nature about him. He understands that the way that you practice is the way that you play. So even though it's a preseason game, this is the kind of energy that he looks to carry throughout into the season.
Heinrich Peters in at 4 for Limpopo Impalas. Better for the Impalas. Oh, nearly chipped to a fielder.
Yeah, very good bowling here from Nico van Zyl. If we just take a look at that wicket again, got the ball tailing in, hit the top of off. Very good bowling from Nico van Zyl. Very much charged up.
Slip in now for Van Zyl. Over the top. Not timed to perfection. And they'll pick up a couple. They don't have much of a choice to Limpopo Impalas. They have to keep on going because they have such a mountain to climb. 205 is the target, so the attacking strokes are gonna come. That's down to square leg and picks up the single.
It's been very an inning so far of two halves, because Limpopo Impalas will look and say that the rate that they're going at is a very healthy rate, but they won't be happy having lost 2 wickets already in these innings. they would have been to be going at this rate and still have 10 wickets intact, but that isn't the case. And you know, the more that the Eastern Cape Iinyathi get wickets, will be slowing down that run rate.
Great over from Nico van Zyl. He's picked up the big wicket of Delivio Richard. And Limpopo Impalas on 42 for 2.
It's tough, isn't it, when you always have two batters that have to start. Once again, you've got Steenkamp has only faced 1 ball, and Peters also has only faced 3 balls. So you've got 2 fairly new batters out here, and the game requires for the momentum to keep on going. But then they find themselves in a position where both batters need to start rebuilding the innings once again.
Always left arm. It's coming over. It's coming over around. It's coming around, sorry. Left arm around, eh?
Yeah, Pure Mnyanda will continue. 1 for 9 in his first over. It's got a similar feel to how he started off. The third man up into the ring, fine leg back and square leg on the boundary rope as well.
A big heave there from the bat of Lawrence Steenkamp, trying to take Pure Mnyanda over that inner ring on the offside and doesn't get connection on it. Pure Mnyanda just going on that, what I call the Mugabe line, just outside, just inside of that white line, being very stingy with the ball.
He also doesn't want to be too wide outside that off stump, because every fielder on that offside is inside the circle, so any piece of bat on it and it gets it over that infield, it will go to the boundary. So he needs to be careful about how wide he is. He needs to be so much straighter than that as a Pure Mnyanda. Not too straight, because that leg side boundary is small as well. Beautiful. There is the case of being too wide outside that off stump. Flashing blade from Lawrence Steenkamp brings him 4.
You called it, Pillar. You called it, Pillar. You don't want to be too wide, because any sort of good bat on it, as we saw that time from Steenkamp, just got some bat on it, managing to hit it over that point for a wonderful boundary, a much needed boundary, you would say, from Limpopo Impalas to just keep the momentum going in these innings.
Margin for errors too small for Pure Mnyanda. That's about the perfect line and length.
Yeah, that's just a bit of a back of a length on that 4th stump area, where you're almost forcing the batter to go across the line in order to access the other side, and also saying that it's not wide enough for you to actually hit it through the cover area.
Also just taking his time in between the deliveries is Pure Mnyanda. Making sure that he's got all the right men on the right spots. Asking for a catch, but might have just hit the ground as Lawrence Steenkamp.
Yeah, bowled very full that time around. Almost hitting the popping crease there. Doesn't allow Steenkamp to get under the ball to hit it the way that he would have liked to hit it.
This mode of attack for Mapiwa Mnyanda is very brave as well, isn't it, KG? Because he's got very limited margin for error. But he's backed his skills here to be able to execute. And by and large, he's executed very well as Mapiwa Mnyanda. He's come through that over relatively unscathed. 5 from it, it's 46 for 2.
Yeah, that is the nature of the game, isn't it? That you have to take some brave decisions and then make sure that you try to execute as well as possible. And he did take the risk in this over, and it has paid dividends with him only going for 5 runs in this previous over.
It'll be Hlatuka, the man who will be the new bowler from the Henops River end. 10.5 and over is the rate in which the Limpopo Impalas are going at. Another good young fast bowler, Tobile Hlatuka. Up and over. Not enough timing, but that boundary is short and really good work from Jerome Bossa. And keeps it to just 2.
Yeah, very good work there from Bossa, picking up the runs that he scored a little bit earlier in the innings, just to make sure that Limpopo Impalas don't settle down and feel too comfortable. There's a lot of players that would have just let that go to the boundary and bring it back, but not Bossa this time around.
Tobile Hlatuka comes from the University of Fort Hare. Only in his second season with the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Looking to continually improve on his skills. Does have a high ceiling, Tobile Hlatuka. Can get quicker. Well bowled. Really well bowled. He's tucking up Lawrence Steenkamp.
Yeah, very good bowling from Hlatuka. Glad to see that he might have had a change in the spikes as he was slipping when he was batting 3 times in the space of 4 balls. But it's good to see a young man running in and trying to put energy behind that ball.
Probably had the half spikes on. Strong shot, strong pull shot, way in front of square. And well spotted from Lawrence Steenkamp. Much needed boundary for the Limpopo Impalas.
Yeah, very good shot that time around from Lawrence Steenkamp. It's as if like you were setting up, waiting for it. If you just take a look at that again, hit it way in front of square for a wonderful boundary, a boundary that they need, and that brings up the 50 for Limpopo Impalas. They are 53 for 2 after 5.4 overs.
Acres of space in front of square on that leg side. This time straight back at him. And he's got enough power on it as Lawrence Steenkamp. Back-to-back boundaries of the Tobile Hlatuka over.
Very good shot that time around from Steenkamp, showing that he's not just good on the short ball, getting a full ball right, the following delivery and hitting it down with conviction for 4 down at that long on boundary.
Yeah, it's wide. Way over the batter's head. He's trying to relieve some pressure on him as Tobile Hlatuka using the bouncer, but just too short on that occasion.
Yeah, I would say a bit of an inexperienced bowling both halves of the pitch here in this over.
Again from Steenkamp. He's picking him off nicely. And he ends a great over for the Limpopo Impalas.
Yeah, very good over that time around from Steenkamp, making sure that he takes 14 runs of that plus the extra wide. So that's 15 runs that came from that first over from Tlatuka.
Limpopo Impalas in pursuit of a 205 for victory. It's a good chasing ground, this Supersport Park. They've given themselves an opportunity to press home some sort of advantage here. Sizwe Masondo and Delivio Richard, the two batters, have gone back to the hut, but it's Lawrence Steenkamp and Heinrich Pieterse who've carried on that momentum. End of the 6-over power play as well.
On 2 legs. There is 2 legs up.
Maybe Akwana Khachana back into the attack from the pavilion end. He'll be looking to basically rectify the mistakes of his first over. He does have more protection now at the boundaries, which will give him a little bit more confidence.
He goes to Pieterse. And a bit of some extra bounce on that first delivery from Akona Khachana. 23 from his first over. Wide. He's also got his line a bit wrong here. And his second over is a little bit too wide on that offside. Left-handed Pieterse. That's much better. He'll push for 2 here. He'll keep it to just 1.
A very good fielding there from Makomare, making sure that it comes around very quickly. In case they thought of going for 2, just limit that to the 1 run. This is where I think it gets a little bit more challenging for the bowler with the left and right and right combination. When you constantly have to change the lines that you're looking to bowl to.
Only be 1 to Jade de Klerk on the sweeper boundary.
Bit of a fumble there and allows them to come back for 2. Very good running there from Limpopo Impalas, putting the pressure on the fielder and coming back for 2.
Yeah, good work. Top edge. Who's calling it? Oh, he's put it down. He's put it down, possibly looking into the sun, was Jerome Bossa. And an opportunity that goes a begging. In fact, it's Jason Niemand, the captain.
Yeah, just look at it again. Steenkamp looking to access that leg side. Jason Niemand, he looked like he had it, but he just put it down there.
He never looked settled underneath it, was Jason Niemand. Crucial opportunity that goes a begging for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. And he's going to pay for it, Will Khachana. A slog sweep from Lawrence Steenkamp to close off the over with a 6. Brilliant batting. It's 74 for 2.
Yeah, adding salt to the wound there for Khachana. Lawrence Steenkamp just saying that you gave me an opportunity and thus I'll make sure that I make you pay for it. And is to say that it'll be Poloni with an M, Maloney, to come and join Pila back in commentary.
boys, fellas, boys. I bet niks hier.
Always making spelling mistakes when he talks.
Ja.
It's been a very interesting passage of play. There's been chances. There's been a drop catch. Jason Niemand into the attack, and has he broken through? Oh, that would have been a phenomenal effort.
Take it. Oh.
Look at that, just non-stop action.
Yeah, it's all happening in the last 2 overs or so now. And Jason Niemand dropping the catch of the previous over from Akona Khatyana. And then now creating an opportunity of his own with the ball.
Again, just a dot ball. All these dots are hurting. They are right up there with the required rate, but just not getting it under control.
Yes, Jay.
A nice helicopter shot there. Is that going to be cut off? Great work on the fence there. There might be 1 or 2 questions asked about the fielding there. Not about the effort. Great effort.
Yeah, certainly safe too. Excellent commitment on the boundary.
Yes.
Top shot. Inside out. Lovely shot. And Heinrich Pieters. What a shot.
There's a bit of quality about that shot from Heinrich Pieters. Needed to get it up and over extra cover, which he did. And anything past Jade de Klerk there will go crashing into the boundary rope. It's good work from the Limpopo Impalas, keeping up with the rate.
Oh, this time going leg side. One bounce to that fielder. That's a deep mid-wicket. And again, as soon as they start pitching it up, it's just easy to score the runs. Once they bowl that hard length, it just makes it very difficult to keep the run rate going.
And it is. And when we speak about left-hand, right-hand combinations, it becomes very difficult for the bowlers to try and find some sort of consistency. And Jason Niemand in his first over has conceded 9.
Firing that one into the legs. Easy single to deep mid-wicket. To close up his first over, and also the 8th over of the innings. 84 for the loss of 2. The required rate is 10.1 and the achieved rate is 10.5. Like I said, they're just right up there, keeping up with the run rate, making sure it doesn't creep over that 12-13 mark. But the equation to look at is 121 of 72 deliveries.
It seems very achievable at this point in time in T20 cricket with the momentum that Lawrence Steenkamp and Heinrich Pieters have. You'd imagine that it's the Limpopo Impalas who've sort of wrestled back some bit of momentum after losing those 2 quick wickets inside that power play.
Jade de Klerk back into the attack. Great fielding off his own bowling. Obstructed by the batter. Oh, going up and over. It's going to be a 6er, half a dozen. And the Limpopo Impalas are making good work of this chase.
Oh, they are. You only need half a hit towards that leg side. Very short down there. And quickly back onto that back foot as a Lawrence Steenkamp. It wasn't all that short from Jade de Klerk, but he managed to get some quick feet going and hoik it over that leg side for 6.
And the 50 partnership coming up between these two as well, 52. Oh, leaning back and cutting. It's been a downfall of a few batters throughout the day and even yesterday. Sometimes trying to go too fine. Oh, this time just another slap, and it's a mammoth one. That one is in the practice nets. Another half a dozen.
That's a strong shot from Lawrence Steenkamp.
Bit of a statement.
It's an absolute statement. It's so good to see him and the Limpopo Impalas making sure that they continue with this positive approach. Again, it's not that short from Jade de Klerk, but a hand-eye coordination from Lawrence Steenkamp, setting himself and then just using the power game to get that over the boundary for yet another 6.
And using the crease very well, getting deep into that crease to get underneath that ball, because he knows Jade de Klerk's going to target that leg, middle and leg line, and just getting back into his crease and getting under it. And that boundary is so short, not that that would have mattered, because that was a mammoth hit.
No, definitely. And it's against probably Limpopo, in fact, Eastern Cape Iinyathi's best bowler in Jade de Klerk. He's also been part of that SA and emerging side to Zimbabwe recently. So he is the main threat. And they've dealt with him very decisively in the first 4 deliveries of his first over, Jade de Klerk.
There's a bit of a corridor that they're trying to set up for the batter. It's going to force Jade de Klerk to change his lines. He's got a backward point. He's got a point and a third man in the circle. Oh, there we go. Very well bowled. Good comeback to close out the over. But nonetheless, 12 runs coming from it keeps them up with that run rate required. 96 for the loss of 2 after 9.
Good work from Lawrence Steenkamp and Heinrich Pieterse in that Jade de Klerk over. But he's a smart bowler. He'll always find ways of coming back after a tough start to that first over.
Just look at the bowling figures there. Nico van Tonder picking up a wicket, as well as Ampiwe Mnyanda.
Okay.
Ah, switch it. Just picking out the fielder. Very well timed.
A good option as well for Heinrich Pieterse. He's got men up on that offside, so anything past those 2 players, it will go for 4.
Oh, this time round going downtown. That's another 4 cluttering into the boards.
Yeah, maybe you don't need innovation if you can hit it that cleanly. Heinrich Pieterse setting himself up strongly, got into a really strong position, and then just belted over Jason Niemann's head. 1 bounce 4, and they're keeping the pressure on Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
Going for the slog sweep. That sounded crisp off the bat. That's on the banks. That's a 6er.
Brilliant. This is class batting from Heinrich Pieterse and Lawrence Steenkamp. They're both going either end, and they're not giving anyone any break here. Another beautiful execution of the slog sweep. And importantly for the Limpopo Impalas, the equation is less than 100.
And there's a wicket. It looks like against the run of play. It looks like it was caught behind. There was a little bit of a noise as it passed the bat. And oh, hard break for Heinrich Pieters, who's just looked to put his foot on the pedal and increase this run rate.
That's a very good take from Iinyathi Malika behind the stumps. Took it a little bit wider this time, Jason Niemand. A bit of turn. And that's really good bowling from Niemand. And it's the captain who's made the crucial breakthrough. It's Heinrich Pieterse who has to go for 24. It's 106 for 2.
It's very important for the new batter coming in to keep the momentum, even if it's just with the 1s and 2s, making sure that he sticks around with Lawrence Steenkamp, because Lawrence Steenkamp is really carrying on. He's 42 of 23, and Liam Peters coming in now must just make sure that he stays in with him and they take it deep and as close to that 20 as they possibly can.
An important job to do, Liam Peters. And so important, Gert Maloney, that they don't lose the momentum that they've gotten from Steenkamp and Pieterse. That it's a crucial breakthrough from Jason Niemand.
Yeah. Down. Hey!
Oh, here's another opportunity. Oh,
Pull up.
it's just what that run rate does. You know you can't eat up dot balls.
Took a long time to release the ball. The run out opportunity was on. He was a little bit late to respond. Was
Lovely take there by Malika as we see the replay there again.
Hamba. Hey,
Just work. Will they come back? Doubling up. Happy to keep the strike. This is Lawrence Steenkamp. As we come to the end of the second over for Jason Niemand. Halfway, 10 overs gone, 108 for the loss of 3, and the game in the balance, 97 off 60. Doable, with no doubt unreachable, very doable, but the wickets in hand, they got to keep a couple of wickets in hand, but still keep up with the momentum as well.
yeah, finally poised. Finally poised this game. They're almost neck and neck at this stage of the game. Limpopo Impalas and the Eastern Cape Iinyathi when they batted.
Oh, going for a slog sweep. Is that in the gap? Great fielding there. Saving 2 runs for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
Yeah, fast bowler. Piwe Mnyanda does great work on the boundary. Made sure that he tapped it back in field.
Firing it into those feet again. Going inside out, just a single. The dreaded Nelson on the board.
And I like this from Lawrence Steenkamp. He's not letting up. He's not looking to
Let's leg stump.
nudge and nurdle. He's continuing to look for that boundary option. He's gotten himself to 46 from 26. Knows that he needs to still keep on going.
Oh my word, that was very, very close. And a great reaction from the non-striker Peters just to come through for that bye. We'd love to see how close that was to the pecs.
I'd have thought that he got an inside edge.
Inside edge. Look, hard luck for the keeper. Must still go down as a chance. This time, ball is lofted. It's down the throat. Yes, it is. And it's the big wicket of Lawrence Steenkamp that has to depart for 46. And the bad news for the Limpopo Impalas is they'll have new batters at the crease.
That is so great and brave from Jade de Klerk. He kept on tossing it up, knowing that Lawrence Steenkamp was targeting that short boundary. He could have hit that anywhere, but instead he found Tobile Hlatuka on the boundary and safe as houses. And it's a big wicket to fall for the Limpopo Impalas. It's Lawrence Steenkamp who's gone for 46. It's 112 for 4.
Oh, big wicket from their number 1 bowler there, Jay de Klerk. Just shows you one expensive over doesn't mean you're out of the game. And he's just managing to pull it back for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Still right up with the run rate. The required rate is exactly 10. They're going at 10.5, but losing their momentum with the man that was in. And Morne Venter, the all-rounder, coming to the crease.
One leg stump.
They might feel that he might be able to just hit 1 or 2 across the rope.
Yeah, 2 quick wickets now for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. It'll peg the Limpopo Impalas back ever so slightly now.
Will that reach the fence? It is a teaser. And yes, it is. 4-leg buys will help the cause for the Limpopo Impalas. Jay de Klerk not looking very happy with that.
He's got the double teapot out. And he's just erred in line there again. Jay de Klerk just pushed it too straight onto those pads.
I think it was that slider they're trying to push it into the right-hander. Oh, and a bit of aggression there by Jay de Klerk. In the contest is the left armer. There we see the wicket again. Lovely take. Just steadied himself. Big hands, big mitts around the ball. Make sure you take it. 116 for the loss of 4 after 11 overs. You could just see the momentum there. The two set batters with Heinrich Pieters and Lawrence Steenkamp out now. It will just stem that flow of runs.
Yeah, Liam Peters and Morne Venter now with a big task on their hands.
It's given as a wide, and it's rolled over the fence as well. 5 wides will definitely help the cause for the Limpopo Impalas. Iinyathi must just be careful that they don't give these two batters another start as well. Little things like this, leg buys here, 5 wides here, will just get their momentum going as well.
Yeah, not great piece of bowling from Niemand and not great piece of keeping from Malika.
Word, how did that miss? That just looked like it almost kissed the off stump as it went through there. Look at that. Oh. Going deep into his crease once again. Just working the single. This is the scale time for both teams, because where will the scale tip in favor? Is it the batting team, bowling team? Whose plans will be executed the best? Because on paper you can plan whatever you want, but on the pitch it's a total different story.
No, absolutely. But it's also important for Limpopo Impalas to continue to break down this run chase. Yes, they've lost 4 wickets, probably not ideal when you had Peters and Steenkamp going very well. You wanted them to go and extend that partnership. But it's an opportunity for Peters and Fanta. Maybe just take it a little bit deeper and then look to fire with 5 overs to go. They're still within touching distance of winning this game. They're still way ahead of the rate.
And I think these two will be very aware of that, just making sure that they stay within touching distance. You don't want to give yourself a 30 or 40 to get in the last 2 or 3. You don't want to make it too tough for yourself. If you can get within the last 2 overs, within about a 20, 21 runs to get. Oh, going for the slog sweep. Missing out. Better option, maybe going over extra cover. It's the end of another over. It's 12 overs gone. 125 for the loss of 4. And a great comeback after that 5 wides from Niemand. Just trying to go too square with that one. Maybe option would be better to go over just in front of mid-wicket there.
Yeah, I don't mind that option also from Liam Peters. He's looking to get the boundary. Even though it's against the spin. You'll back yourself, even a half hit will take it over that boundary.
White ball given. I think that appeal was just to maybe try and offset the umpire cards are there. Oh, they're going for the big shot. That looks like it is. Is it trickling? Oh, fantastic work done there. It is brilliant fielding there on the fence. Saved 2 runs without a doubt.
Yeah, Tobile Hlatuka again on that boundary rope. A big fast bowler putting his body on the line for his teammates.
This time round, he decided, look, I can't pierce the field, so I'll just clear it.
Yeah, strong shot again from Mone Venter. He's a big lad, is Mone Venter. Big bowling all-rounder. In his slot, in his arc, and he's just been allowed to free the arms there. And it's a wonderful strike for 6 from Mone Venter.
And with the way he's going, I think that's why he got sent out there. It is another one. He's doubling up on the 6s.
Very good. Very good again from Mone Venter. After losing 2 very quick wickets, it's so important to get yourself back within touching distance of this asking rate. And he's doing it very well, Mone Venter.
And taking that half a dozen to a full dozen with 2 6s. Now it's 65 or 45. All of a sudden becoming a lot closer than what the Eastern Cape Iinyathi will be comfortable with.
And that's why there's a conference between bowler, keeper and captain. They've put Jay de Klerk under a bit of pressure here.
Oh, great comeback and fantastic running. Liam Peters was off as soon as that ball was almost let go. He knew he's going to take a single.
That's what you need. And keep the momentum up. 17 from 8 from Mone Venter, Liam Peters, 3 from 6, but the partnership already yielding 29 runs.
Oh, and he also tried to go for that big slog over mid-wicket. Another run. "17 runs thus far in the over. 1 delivery to go from Jay de Klerk. This is a big delivery. How is he going to sign off this over? Oh, I think he got away with the wide there, to be honest. I think he knew that Venter is going to target that mid-wicket boundary again. End of the 3rd over for Jay de Klerk. A big one. 18 coming from there. 62 from 42 deliveries to 143 for the loss of 4 after 13 overs. And look at that summary. Don Radebe earlier treating us to a bowling exhibition. 5 for 26. And Jerome Bossa, 67 of 27 with Marco Murray. 56 of 28. And then a good answer by Limpopo Impalas.
And they're making a fist of this total. 204 for 8 is what the Eastern Cape Iinyathi got at the end of it. But if they thought that was a comfortable total, not on this ground. And it's Limpopo Impalas who are making a real fist of it. It's 62 needed now of the last 7 overs.
Drop and went. I think they'll come back for the second. Oh, sent back. There was definitely 2 in there. 2 was on the cards there.
Good work of his own bowling though, Jason Niemand. He was herring after that ball, trying to prevent that second run from being taken.
Come, boys.
It was a big slide that he put in there.
Yeah, did you?
This could be a run-out chance. Oh, not a great throw. Not a great throw.
It's good again from this pair, Peters and Venter. Drop and run. Iinyathi fielders need to be a little bit more sharper in this inside the circle.
They'll definitely turn for the second here. I feel they will double up. Maybe recognizing who's on the fence there. Big arm. It's Klassen that's on the field.
Yeah, Chet Klassen, fast bowler, usually has good arm.
Oh, just piercing that offside gap. Down to the sweeper, no chance for a second. Great over this by Jason Niemand. Thus far, It's only the ones.
Yeah, wicket would be a bonus at this stage. I mean, he's already just conceded the 4 runs.
Chetty. Polo.
Again, Klassen stopping that second. And a handful of singles at the moment with 1 ball to go.
It's still smart batting from Peters and Fenter. They're not taking the extra risk to try and get a boundary off this over. Keen to just milk it still.
Oh, and there's the why. That's the extra run they were looking at. Just the pressure of dropping onto that knee, making Jason Niemann just sliding a down leg.
Yes, yeah. One.
Excellent batting, excellent batting. 7 off the last over for Jason Niemann. He ends up with a 1 wicket in his allotted 4 overs. It is 150 up for the Limpopo Impalas as well from our 91 deliveries. 4 wickets down, 14 overs gone. And I've been joined by KG, who's been sitting and getting very excited with 1 or 2 of the calls and stuff. It's been a great contest so far.
Yeah, definitely. Very good contest so far. When we started, we said it might be a bridge too high. But Limpopo Impalas have really kept themselves honest, and they've kept themselves in this game. It's going to be very interesting to see how these last 6 overs of this match go on. And as we say that, Nico van Zyl comes back into the attack from the pavilion end. He's been the pick of the bowlers so far. Yes, he's only picked up 1 wicket, but he's bowled so well and also has hardly given anything away. They had Nico van Zyl into the body of Peters, who hits it down to that deep square leg for a single.
Yeah, this could be the key for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi, is Nico van Zyl. He's conceded only 11 runs. He's just looked like a different bowler. Between him and Mpiwe Mnyandi, the 4 overs have only gone for 24, and both of them have picked up a wicket. So you've got to feel that Mpiwe has got to come into the attack sooner than later.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at Apuya's first spell also, that he was bowling quite full. There's a lot of balls that he was bowling, a couple of them in that Yorker length type of area. So you would say that he's a bowler that's probably identified to be a strike bowler at the end and a death bowler.
Change in field as the fine leg comes in.
Nico van Zyl into Venter, who just drops it to that long on for a single.
And just making sure that they keep in touch. They're way above the run rate at the moment. But the equation that you look at is the 53 of 34 deliveries. It's every dot ball counts now, every single counts. You don't want to leave it too late to get a bit of a kick on.
Van Zyl to Peters, who gets a good bat on it, and that's a wonderful shot through that extra cover area for a boundary, a much needed boundary by Limpopo Impalas to make sure that they just keep going above that required run rate. As we look at that again, a bit too full there from Nico van Zyl. Peters got some nice bat to it through that extra cover area for 4.
Got a feeling that the fielder was sleeping there on the sweeper fence.
Empire says 1 for the over there. Bit of aggression there from Nico van Zyl, saying to Peters, you're going to hit me down the ground, I'm going to bounce you. And look at that again. Oh, looked very high there, to look high there, but the Empire says it's just the 1 for the over.
Very good bumper. Good reply after the 4.
He goes full. Bit of slopping wicket keeping there from Malika allows them to go through for a single. 5 balls gone so far in this over and 7 runs.
You can just see him just lifting up his head as he wanted to make contact with that. He was eyeing up that extra cover boundary. Morne Venter has held nothing back. They've got the boundary riders on the leg side at the moment.
shot from Onefenter down to that cover boundary for a single to end the 15th over. After 15 overs, Limpopo Impalas are 158 for 4.
Yeah, chasing a mammoth 205, still 47 required of 30 deliveries. Now we're getting to the business end. Under 50 to get, only 30 deliveries left. Now it becomes interesting. Look at the summary of the match there. Jerome Bossa, what an innings that was.
What an innings. Very good batting from Jerome Bossa. He really bossed the innings a bit earlier on. And Makomare also coming to continue where the boss finished off getting 56 of 28 balls, with Don Khadebe being the pick of the bowler, getting 2 for 26 in his 4 overs. And so far in the Limpopo Impala innings, Lawrence Tenkamp got 46 a bit earlier on. And we've got Morna Venter, who's looking to really make up for the bowling. He didn't bowl as many overs as he would have liked a little bit earlier on, and there was also a bit of a drop catch from him. So there's an opportunity for him to come and win the game for Limpopo Impalas, as we see. Oh, Morna Venter was looking to just pedal that around from the bowling of Tlatuka. And didn't get the bat that he was looking to get. And they just scamper through for a quick single.
Yeah, it was an indifferent start for Tlatuka.
Yeah, Tlatuka, he went for 15 in that first over of his. He will be looking to come back in this over. It's one of those where the margins of error have become even more and more smaller as the game has gone by. Oh, looked like a bit of a chop on there from Liam Peters, hitting it onto the stumps, looking to hit the ball a little bit too hard, getting an under edge there onto his stumps. Good bowling from Tobile Tlatuka to get that much needed wicket for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
And we saw as Claessens came in to congratulate, just gave a bit of a point at him and say, maybe that was your plan, well done.
As you see that again from Tlatuka, bit too tight.
Didn't come up as much as he expected it.
Yeah.
And it's again coming back to the lengths. It's that little bit back of a length. It's very difficult to judge the bounce because it is still winter time here in Gauteng. We've had no rain whatsoever. So the winter pitch still does have that inconsistent bounce in it. And it just did not come up as much as he expected it.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the 4th match that's been played on the same wicket that also last week, Thursday and Friday, hosted the Titans inter-squad 4-day match here. So this is a wicket that has played a lot of cricket in the last 5 days. So you say that inconsistency, but the only way for you to find it is to bowl that length that you're talking about. If you bowl it too far, it's just easy for the batters to hit. But the minute you just pull it back, something can happen from there. And you to say that Ludwig Kessner, who normally opens the batches, is not a bad batter to come in at number 7. Oh, and first up, Tlatuka gets his man, first ball, bowls it straight to the wickets, and Ludwig Kessner was playing all around that ball, misses it, hits his pad, and the umpire says, thank you very much for not wasting too much time on the wicket, you can walk back.
Lauren Achenbach deciding that was a leg before wicket. Could see the reaction from the batter, not happy with the call. Looked like it might have clipped leg stump there. Maybe an umpire's call there. Maybe the batter's got a right to feel a bit aggrieved there. But it's one of those that either goes for you, goes against you. But it still doesn't take anything away. Eastern Cape Iinyathi picking up their 6th wicket. And this will definitely stop the flow of runs now. New batters coming to the crease. Johan Mane, everyone has struggled to get going. You've got one set to bat in Morne Venter there, but he's not looking to nudge a nurdle. He's looking to hit the ball out the park, and that equation with 3 dot balls all of a sudden becomes 46 of 27.
Yeah, definitely. And that's how quickly the game, T20 cricket in particular, can run away from you. So, with Johan Mane, they need to get Morne Venter on strike as much as possible.
Hat-trick ball. Oh.
The Morne Venter will be saying that you've got my number on your back. You must make sure that you give me the strike.
Just running in there. That LBW decision once again. Oh, it might have just slipped down leg. Marginal call.
Another short one there from Tlatuka, and the Empire deems it to be too high and cause a wide on that.
I think even with the width given, I think it would have gone both ways that wide.
I wonder if you can give two wides in cricket.
Well, Tlatuka has tried that now.
Once again, a bit of a sloppy field in there at the point, allowing Johan Mane to get a boundary of that fifth ball from Tlatuka. He'll be very disappointed with the fielder not backing him up there.
It was such a good over before that, and again fielding error, not bowling error. The plan is clear because he's got sweeper out, he's got the third man out, and now I can see them just moving that deep square, extra cover. They want him to go to the leg side, and they said, no, hold on, just come back to the offside again.
Very interestingly, and I think Limpopo Impalas have actually kept up with the run rate. You'd see that they would be happy if they can do that until the last over, and they only need 10 runs to win in the last over.
At the moment, they're well ahead. I say well ahead. A 0.6 ahead.
Very good ball in there from Tlatuka. Very good energy and a very good over from him. Only going for 6 runs and managing to get a double strike in the over after 2 overs. He has bowled. He's only gone for 21 runs and taken 2 wickets. And 16 overs done. Limpopo Impalas has 164 for 6, requiring a further 41 of 24 balls.
Still very much in the game is the Limpopo Impalas. Again, coming down to it, don't give yourself too much to do in that last 2 overs. Break it down. Make sure you and your partner know where you want to be at when there's 12 deliveries left. They can just keep up with the rate that will bring it down to that 20 of 12.
This could be the over that tells us which way the game is going. With a spinner bowling in the 17th over, and with a Morne Venter who's set, who might be looking to say that we want to win the game early. This might be the over that he might be looking to target.
And also he took a liking to Jay de Klerk a bit earlier.
Very good bowling there from Jay de Klerk. Spinner bowling, Yorker length there, not allowing Morne Venter to get anywhere under the ball.
I think that would have been a discussion that him and the captain just quickly had, is just bowl at the new batter.
Hey, Mane just comes down, gets a thick half of the bat, just down to that 45.
That's
Fine
actually
leg
where the
for
edge has saved him, because I think he would have gotten stumped because he's almost running through the ball.
Ooh, Morne Venter again, not getting the connection that he's looking for. It's a very good bowling here from Jay de Klerk. So much pressure in this over, but Jay de Klerk so far has done so well to keep the 2 batters quiet.
Just the singles coming from it.
Once again, very good bowling from Jay de Klerk. He's really taking the game away here from Limpopo Impalas. They started this over being ahead of the run rate, and now they've fallen behind. Again, bit of a slower one there from J.D. Clark. They'll be pushing for 2. Successfully so.
Just making up. The 1s and 2s is not going to do it for them now. They need to get the fence at least once and over.
Very good bowling here from JT Clark. A wonderful over. Only going for 6 runs in that over to a batter that is set on the other side, Morna Fonter. He'll be very frustrated that he's not getting the connection that he wants to, and he's also not consistently on strike.
Yeah, that's the thing you want. Looking there at Supersport Park, momentum multiply. Titans home ground. What a bowling effort it's been. Nico van Zyl, 1 for 18 in his 3 overs. Ampiwe Mnyanda only bowled the 2. I think we can see him coming into the attack. 1 for 14. As we're speaking about it, that's actually what's happened. Requiring 35 to win rather. So a perfect over can do it. 6 sixes.
That's all you need.
It's no more myth. It's done before.
A few times before. Apiwe Mnyanda to Johan Mane. If you would pick any bowler, any batter to bowl to at the moment, it would probably be Johan Mane. And a bit. Johan Mane was looking to go over that square leg, but gets a thick outside edge over that extra cover for 2.
Yeah, a bit of good fortune for the batter with a bit of bad fortune. Able to cut it off, didn't go over the fence. Thick outside edge. Trying to work it onto that leg side. And I say again, they're in a situation where they need to find the fence at least once and over.
And again to Mane, who just gets it down to that sort of like that between the extra cover and mid-off, but they're able to cut it down for just a single. I think this will be a good result for Limpopo Impalas to have Morne Venter on strike, because he's the man that can take the game away from Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
And just with those 2 deliveries where it went for 2 and 1, the run rate has jumped up to 12, where they now need 2 runs every ball.
This is potentially a very big ball in this game. You say that Morna Venter goes to the leg side, but Apiwe Mnyanda follows him and say, "Where are you going? Why are you running away from the ball?" And Morna Venter just manages to get it down to that deep square leg for a single. Very good bowling from Eastern Cape Iinyathi. In the last 2 overs, they've really brought the game back to their side.
And it's just one of those things where the fielders on the fence need to be alert as well. They can't give away the 2. Put all the pressure on the batting side.
Oh, once again, Mnyanda just going down there, looking for that block hole, not giving the batters any room to hit any sort of runs here. Very good bowling from Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Very disciplined bowling also.
And just with that angle with the left armour coming around the wicket, so difficult to access that short fence on the offside. You kind of got to hit with the angle, and oh, he's bowling at such an immaculate length. Getting it right up to the toes. Mana actually looks like he's standing outside his crease at the moment. Again.
Thick inside edge there. The bat of Mane. Very good bowling here from Apiwe Mnyanda, not giving anything away, not giving the batters anything to work with here. If they have to hit the runs, if they are to hit the runs, they need to do all the work. Very good bowling here from Mnyanda.
So what, this is a brilliant prospect for the rest of the season for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi as a deaf bowler. They've created a perfect one in Inyanda. It's going to be the trump card for them as the season goes on.
One ball to go. A good end to the over there from Apuya Mnyanda. Very good over from Mnyanda. Only going for the 6 runs. Starving Limpopo Impalas of anything in this over.
Yeah, those 2 overs that both of them went for 6 has made it very, very difficult for the Limpopo Impalas. They now need 29 of 12 deliveries. Penultimate over. Who's going to take the pressure? You've got to feel that it's got to be the man that's done it so far for them, Nico van Zyl, has got to take this over.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of those that he has bowled himself into a situation where he can be trusted to bowl in the last 2 overs. So Nico van Zyl will be coming and looking to continue from where he has left off in the previous over.
Yeah, and even they feel even if this over goes for 10 runs, still 19 in the last over from Nyanda, the way he's bowling is going to be very, very difficult. So this has got to be a massive over. You've got to look at about 18 runs from this over to give yourself a chance. Because then you need, from that 29, you only need 11 in that last over. Maybe even 12 in the last over is doable.
Thick outside edge from the bat of Morna Venter, and it just goes down to that 3rd man for a single. Very good result from Eastern Cape Iinyathi. I just wonder if Limpopo Impalas, or the 2 batters, as we just look at that outside edge again, if maybe they're thinking that it's time for Morna Venter, if he's not going to get a boundary, to stay on strike and try to get the boundary, because if they are to have any joy in this match, he needs to face the bulk of the balls. Oh, Johan Mane just tried to run it down, but good hand from the keeper that time around. Just making sure that it doesn't go through for a boundary. It's one of those where you ask yourself, is it a drop catch or is it a save? Because it looked like it was going to the boundary. It was very quick.
Oh, Malika, just getting there. He got a full glove to it, so you got to feel that it's got to go down as a chance.
Yeah, should have held on to that one. Shot. No joy whatsoever here. Longer boundary on that side. Got a man out there. Nico van Zyl knows exactly the field that he is bowling to and doesn't mind if they just hit him hard to that offside because there is protection there.
And you can just see a change in field as well. That leg side fielder just swapping around with Nyanda. Just maybe want to protect him and keep him fresh for that last over. This next 3 deliveries, 2 of them has got to go over the fence.
Johan Mane tries to do that, but doesn't get the connection that he's looking for. And they're coming back for 2. Ooh. Good running to come back for 2 here.
As a fast bowler, you wouldn't mind bowling on that deck. There's a bit of bounce.
Bit of chin music there. As you see Mane again going over that extra cover for 2.
See what, Mane looks like a very proper batter and he's very competent, but I don't think the big hitting is his game. Maybe just drop and go, give the single to Venter and say, listen, put in the long levers, let's see what can happen.
Mane, as you say that, he tries to go under that one, but doesn't get the power that is required, only taking it down to that long off boundary for a single.
That's exactly what we've been saying, is he looks very, very competent batter, just does not have the power to clear this very long straight boundaries. And that single, you feel, had to be kept down to 1 the previous ball already.
It does look like it's a little bit heavy on him when he's trying to hit it over the boundary. Very good over here from Nico van Zyl. Only conceding 7 runs, giving 21 runs for Apuya Mnyanda to defend in the last over, which we think it will be a mammoth task if Limpopo Impalas have got any hopes of winning this match.
I'll tell you what, it's got to go horribly wrong for Nyanda to the way he's been bowling today to actually give away that 21 runs. So it's an uphill battle. And again, you got to feel that Venter has got to face the bulk of this deliveries. The first 3 deliveries is the big ones. 2 of them, again, has got to go over the fence. 3 boundaries required in this over. And it still might not be enough. Stranger things have happened.
Yep.
Stranger things have happened.
This ball down the ground. Good fielding. You've got to say that. Understand that maybe Mane can bet, but if they have to have any chance, Morne Venter needed to still be on strike. But unfortunately, they just took a single there and put a bit of pressure on Mane here to basically bet a game that he's not used to playing.
Yeah, Van Zyl taking a big hit there on the hand, stopping that last delivery. I think he's very glad that he's done bowling. Just making the batter wait. Very clever.
Mane to Mane, and he bowls it a little bit too full, and Mane says, thank you very much. I will hit that over the long off for 6. Very good shot from Mane here. As we were saying that he struggles to hit it, he says that I can prove you wrong. Very good shot there from Mane. He needs at least 1 more or 2 more of those.
No doubt there 2 more of these has got to go to the fence, even if it's a 6 and a 4. For him, luckily that was a short part of the boundary, or short part of the grounds. Still got to hit it though, but the pressure's still on them. 15 of 4 deliveries.
They need to bring 1 more man in. They just tried to drop that long off, but they only had 3 men in the circle. Oh, slower ball from Iinyathi, outfoxing the batter here with a nice slower ball. And that just landed in the hands of, is it Jason Niemann, is it the captain that's standing there at extra cover for a catch. And that brings the end to Johan Mane of 22 of 16 balls. He tried to go for it, but it was just a little bit too much for him to do at the end.
Yeah, you got to feel that that leg cutter. You can just see the replay here. Just a lovely leggy. And he just could not get the power through the line. Easy catch in the end. And this next delivery will basically determine the match. 15 to get. 2 6s and a 4 is all that they need of the last 3 deliveries. And that's what we said earlier. The way Nyanda has been bowling, he's been phenomenal in the depth. I think that the Eastern Cape Iinyathi has got a little gem of a bowler here. Very smart as well. Got the ability to bowl that slower ball in the depth over as well.
Dan Khadebe will be thinking that, guys, I got 5 wickets. I wasn't supposed to come out here and bet, but he has to come out and try to save them out. He can hit the ball. He can hit the ball. He's got some guns. And first one, and Iinyathi tries to rush him down to that fine leg for a catch. Good catch here by Makomare to get rid of Don Khadebe.
You just see there's a signal there to the change room. Probably a plan that's come together. Very well bowled. It's a nice bumper. Getting the top edge. And he's on a hat-trick.
Yeah, it's a very smart bowling here from Iinyathi because he tried to go the Yorker length. As soon as he missed 1 for 6, he went for a slower ball, and then this one says another surprise ball and bowls a bit of a short one for Don Khadebe, who manages to just hit it to that fine leg for wicket. So you could see that it's a very well planned over and a very good execution after that.
Jesse Albany coming in. Fast bowlers normally feel that they can clear any fence.
Yeah, they always feel that they can just hit it in any part of the ground here. Pure once again, just missing his length, but then it's a lower full toss. And Albany just manages to hit it down to that long on for a single.
Yeah, he went for the Yorker for the hat-trick ball. He thought that, oh, this could be it. So you just see the bumper where he got the wicket. Don Radebe throwing himself off his feet trying to clear the fence there.
You've got to say for the Limpopo Impalas missed the trick a little bit in the last 3 or 4 overs, because I think Morne Venter hasn't faced as many balls as he should have, and if they had to have a chance of winning this game, Morne Venter was the man that's supposed to go. And Apuya Mnyanda finishes it off with a nice yorker to the leg stump, and Morne Venter just hits it 2 mid-off for a single, and that is the end of the match. And Eastern Cape Iinyathi walk away with the victory with 13 runs, 12 runs victory rather.
Yeah, it's another one where the Limpopo Impalas have a big chase, another great chase done by them. Yesterday falling short to 17, today falling short to 13. And you got to feel that they obviously got the batters and the firepower to get up to that totals. Maybe the bowlers just need to work a little bit harder on their lengths. Just make sure that there's not a big chase like this every single time they have to bat. But what a fantastic game.
What a fantastic game indeed. I think Limpopo Impalas will be looking, if you look at last season, the bowlers are the ones that actually won the matches for them almost every time. So they look at today to say that the bowlers, they needed a little bit more from the bowlers to back them up. Even going back to yesterday, as we look at the summary sheet for Limpopo, Suze Masondo earlier on, bowled by Apuya Mnyanda for 22 of 8 balls, Divaldo Richard 14 of 12 balls. Lawrence Steenkamp looked very good and he got his 46 of 27. He was in a good partnership with Heinrich Peters, who also got 24 of 15 overs, or 15 balls rather. Liam Peters came on a bit later to get 13 of 15. Morne Venter was 33 of 24, not out. And Ludwig Kessner going out without troubling the scorers. Johan Mane tried a little bit at the end there with Morne Venter, but only managed to get 22 of 16, with Don Khatebe also going for a first ball duck, and Albany only facing that 1 ball for a single. And with Eastern Cape Iinyathi, Akwana Khatana 2 overs, 0 for 35. Nico van Zyl 4 overs, 1 for 25. I think the pick of the bowlers, he bowled really well today. And Apuya Mnyanda 4 overs, 3 for 29. Tobile Tlatuka 2 overs, 2 for 21. And Jason Neiman 4 overs, 1 for 38. With JD Clark 4 overs, 1 for 39.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic innings. And just going back to the summary, it was Jerome Bossa. His 67 of 27 made it very difficult for them to get back into the match. Marco Murray 56 of 28, and then Don Radebe, the fiver, 5 for 26, just couldn't do it with the bat. The Limpopo Impalas falling short by 12 runs. And what a match it was. What a great day it was here at Supersport Park. Second day in a row. And let's just give props to the production team, who's done a fantastic job over the last 2 days. Going to continue bringing it here on the CSA YouTube channel by Pitch Vision. So to the production crews, to the cameramen, to everyone involved, great job, guys. Thanks for having us. And KG, you're going to be here for the next couple of days. I'll be joining you on Thursday again for the final. And then also the finalists get to play the Multiply Titans
on Friday. Yeah, very good prospect. I think we spoke about it a bit earlier on, that there's a lot at stake to play against the Titans on Friday. But very good tournament. Wonderful pitch also that we've had. We've had a very good pitch that has produced a lot of runs. So it's a very good a surface that we have here at Supersport Park, which is, there is something a little bit there for the bowlers. If you bowl in the right areas, you really get something out of it. And the batters, when they back themselves also, they managed to get some runs. But wonderful day, good day of cricket, and we'll see you back again tomorrow. And that is good day and good night.